Hey everybody, welcome to episode 3 of Burn Down the Sandcast. It's your boy Miko, aka Alex, aka the original Yiffmeister, and I have with me today...
Rotation Surgeon, aka at Rick Rolls Royce on Twitter, aka Mike. We also have...
Hi, it's me. I'm the Maggles. You can call me Maggles. I'm Wobbuffet, basically. It's Symptosis on Twitter. You'll figure it out.
Ugh. That's me. I'm Eon.
You sleepy bunny.
Okay, that's cool, but you have to say your name.
Trying. I'm actually trying. Ugh. I'm Game on the Twitters. You can call me Mark on the podcast. I'm actually half dead right now, like for real. But I'm gonna tough it for you guys.
We doing it. We out here. Alright, so I just want to say, now that we are on iTunes, I've gotten the results, and they're kind of preliminary, but I'm going to go ahead and say that we're the #1 podcast in America right now, so good job, everybody. Thank you.
Wow, not internationally? It's fucked up.
You know, it's baby steps. Episode 4, we'll get there, alright?
Europe and China are really letting us down right now.
We'll get there. But yeah, like, the downloads through iTunes, like, super spiked. I have no clue what happened. But, thanks.
That's all the Twitter bots finally got the message.
Okay, cool.
We're expanding the brand.
Alright, so, what's going on with everybody? How y'all doing?
I heard your mom's stupid.
Yeah, yes, that's correct. That is correct. So,
I mean, that's one way to start that.
Alright, so let's break the ice with a story about my mother. My whole family is not great. They're not malicious, they are just weird. And
I was gonna say at least they're not like KFJ and
yeah, they're
Archon's
not
families, which are
Nobody in my family's like evil or a jerk. They're just like either obnoxious or stupid. My mother happens to be stupid. She said, "I'm gonna go up to Poughkeepsie, New York for Labor Day weekend. I would have gone to the shore, except I don't want to get rained on from Hurricane Harvey. I need you to understand that I live in New Jersey."
Well, I mean, yeah, the Jersey Shore.
Yeah. Like, people outside of Jersey don't say that, but, like,
he doesn't live in Britain, let's put it that way.
Like, okay, so if you look at a map, right, and you think about where Houston is.
Let me Google map.
Yeah.
So, map of United States.
So,
right,
Houston and then, like,
Images.
New Jersey, they're pretty far apart. It's, like, a little preposterous that we might get anything from Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah, you know, if I use this little measurement they give me, see, 300 miles.
Actually, we probably will get rain from it, but it's gonna, like, be happening within, like, a week or something.
It's just rain. It's just rain at that point. It's not hurricane related.
It's not gonna be, like, a massive storm. It's just gonna be rain.
It's raining here, but it's not a hurricane right now.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with the hurricane. It's just rain. Sometimes it rains. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that's what I deal with on a daily basis.
It's good.
So...
My dad just talks about how great Trump is and how the Mexicans are stealing all the jobs.
No, we don't talk about that.
At least that stopped her from going to the Jersey Shore, which is kind of a win in and of itself.
I mean, you know... Sometimes you go on the boardwalk and you get a slice of pizza and it's good. I don't know.
Questionable.
Yeah,
not the greatest place for a piece of pizza.
No. We need to go back to that place we took Kuvo. So.
Yo, I love soggy boardwalk pizza.
Yeah. Saltwater pizza. Love it.
Put the mayonnaise and corn on it.
No.
Please don't do that. Okay.
I love losing all my money on rigged boardwalk games. It's great.
First of all, I wouldn't play those games. I would go in and I'd play, like, skee-ball or something, because that's actually fun. Fuck you. Anyway.
I like the one that's, like, it's like a shooter, but you sit down and it blows cold air on you. That one's pretty cool.
Time Crisis?
No. Time Crisis is the one where you step on the paddle.
Yeah.
Reload.
Yeah, Time Crisis.
Yeah, there's another one where you sit... It wasn't a Jurassic Park one, but it was like that.
Was it a spooky game?
Turok?
Maybe? I don't remember.
Because I played a spooky game like that, and it was really shitty, because it just blew, like, stale air at you, and vaguely shook.
Yeah, it shakes a little, and you sit down and blows air at your face.
It was fucking terrible, and it cost a lot.
Huh.
Oh yeah, it's like $2 per play. It's fucked up.
That's wild.
Also in the news, this is not stupid.
Yeah, there's a new
LCD
LCD
Sound
Soundsystem album, and it's very good.
If you don't know who this band is, I don't blame you, because they haven't been a band for quite a while, if I remember correctly.
Were you, like, vaguely a teenager, at least, in, like, mid-2000s?
Yes.
Because then you might know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, fucking...
all my friends...
Fucking Sound of Silver came out, like, as I dropped out of college the first time. So it was, like, kind of the perfect time for me to listen to that album.
Is Daft Punk is playing at my house is also them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the LCD Soundsystem song.
Hey, LCD Soundsystem is really good, and they kind of broke up, more like retired at one point.
Yeah, and then...
I don't remember how many years ago it was, but it was a while ago.
That was, like, 5 years ago, and then it turns out James Murphy, the lead singer, couldn't stop making songs, and then he's like, hey guys, can we, like, continue? I know we made a big deal about ending LCD Soundsystem. There's actually an episode of The Best Show dropped, which is another podcast that I enjoy very much, a few weeks ago, and it was just a 3-hour-long interview with James Murphy, and it was actually really cool. So go check that out.
James Murphy is really cool, so I can imagine that the interview was good.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I have not heard it yet, but I obtained it. I'm going to listen to it probably tonight.
I obtained it.
It is up on Spotify, so if you have Spotify, you can go do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go obtain it, too.
Oh, okay. The way you say it makes it sound, like, really dirty and bad, and not, like, a regular way, like, buying it.
I mean...
I don't know why I use that wording.
I have loads of money. I can buy shit, man.
I just use that wording for variety, not because, like, I stole it. I actually support them, God forbid.
No, I like to imagine you went to an actual music store and you actually stole a copy.
No, like, I went to an actual music store, I waited for someone to walk out with it, and I clubbed them in the back of the head and took it from
you
them.
mugged somebody for
Yeah.
LCD Soundsystem.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
That's a little weird, but okay. I'm not here to
I
judge.
mean, whatever, man. And you think it's good, and that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad that they're back together and doing that. And also, I suspect this means they will do a tour for this new album. And if they do, I want to fucking go see them, especially in New York.
Yeah.
Because that was where they did their last show at Madison Square Garden, and it was fucking sick.
Yeah, you
There's
can...
a whole concert video, yeah.
Yeah, you can buy that album of that final concert. It's so good. Anyway... I just also want to throw this out here because some people might not know this, that At the Drive-In Reunited dropped a new album a few months ago, and I'm like, what?
Weird.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with the Mars Volta, if they're still together or not, but At the Drive-In's back together, so...
All the bands are getting back together because they need to in these trying times.
Yeah. Also, I think that new At the Drive-In album is actually, like, my favorite At the Drive-In album.
Oh, wow.
Intralia's really good.
Got him.
Yeah, so...
I can't wait for them to go like Soundgarden and the lead singer die.
Well, okay, so that's... I mean... Listen.
I guess at least Soundgarden got one more album. Actually, two, didn't they? I think they got 2 albums.
Did they? There was, like, that whole Audio Slave situation. I don't know. It's kind of...
No, this was after that.
Yeah.
I think Audio Slave actually got back together, too, for a little bit.
Alright. Now we're just rambling. Alright. Xantosis, tell me about my daddy.
Yes. Let
Tell
me
me
read the title of this.
News! And now news. Tell me about my daddy.
Netflix's Final Fantasy XIV, Daddy of Light, wink, has been renamed, and we're heartbroken, and so am I.
Is it a thick elf daddy of light?
Oh god, the fucking subtitle of it. Our daddy is a daddy no more.
Oh no.
I did drop in the Polygon article specifically because that subtitle was really bad.
Alright, so basically, Netflix for some reason has a show about Final Fantasy XIV where dad plays Final Fantasy XIV with his son. And in the Western version, they're changing it from daddy to dad. Because daddy is too horny.
Right.
I will say they at least figured that out.
Somebody, fortunately, they were like, alright, we're coming out with a show, what are we calling it? Daddy of Light. And somebody at the boardroom table just like...
Nobody figured out putting Smeg on the side of a toaster was a bad idea, but, you know. At least they figured that one out.
They were like, have you seen our Final Fantasy 14 character names? I think you should know by now.
Have you seen Chuck Bingus? Where is Chuck?
Bengus.
Where did he go?
I miss Chuck Bengus so much. You have no idea.
Rest in peace, Chuck Bengus. Never forget. He died as he lived, Chuck Bengus.
He died as he lived, a level 22 Marauder.
Chucking Bengus. Yeah, that's...
Alright, next up is Netflix again.
Yeah, let's shift into more Netflix news.
It's Death Note. I don't really know what that is, besides it's an anime from, I think, the 80s or 90s.
Alright, so before we get into this, I want to ask, Game Bun, did you actually end up watching this? Because you said you were thinking about watching this, and then I don't know if that ever came to fruition.
Not really.
No, you didn't watch Death Note?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I haven't seen this either. Has anyone actually seen this movie yet?
No.
Symptosis?
Why would I watch that, first of all? Let's be
Well, I
honest.
mean, you said the words anime, so obviously it's right up your alley. Anyway. Yeah, so the trailers for this, Light, the main character of Death Note,
It's a great name.
becomes, yeah, tell me about it, becomes a white person, and L...
That's true. That's not wrong.
They're all Asians to start with, of course,
Becomes
and
a white person.
L becomes a black person, and yeah, it looked really rough from the trailers. And
I heard Willem Dafoe is in it. Is that true?
Yep, Willem Dafoe plays.
Oh my god.
Okay, so wait.
That man haunts my very being ever since Beyond Two Souls. I can't get away.
Let me just hit you with what Death Note is really quick. Sometimes I'm going to give you a super quick summary so you know what's up.
It's about a man that writes on a note, and then the people die on the note. Is that about it?
Kind of. Man finds notebook, and he doesn't. He's like, "What's this shit?" And then a spooky demon, which in this movie is played by Willem Dafoe,
Oh my god.
That's a good casting, I'm gonna be honest.
a god of death. Willem Dafoe, god of death, friend of the podcast, shows up.
Willem Oddly Huge Dick Dafoe.
God of death, friend of the podcast, shows up and is like, "Yo, if you write people's names in here, they die." And then he, of course, you know, the folly of man. At first it starts as a justice thing, and then it turns into, like, I'm just killing people because fuck you. Anyway, then he gets investigated by L, who is an autistic detective, who...
Wow, this sounds like it's gonna be handled really great.
Who tries to figure out who's killing people with this thing, because he doesn't know it exists. But anyway, the point being, this movie looked like shit from all the trailers, and from what I've heard, it kind of is, but I also heard that even though it is really kind of terrible, it's wraps around where it's so terrible it's actually funny. So, I don't know. Might be something worth checking out. I heard it's pretty funny.
But what happens if in the Death Note you write Death Note? Does it kill the Death Note?
I actually, you say that, so I actually have...
Is that an actual plot?
No, but I do have a really interesting question, which is, could you... Cause this was something I thought when this was anime was an actual thing, and when the manga was an actual thing. Could you write, like, the name of the god of death in there, and would they just have to kill themselves?
Yeah, that too.
Couldn't you just do that?
Could God Death Note himself?
I would write death in there, and then that's it. No more death.
If you write Willem Dafoe in the Death Note, do they have to find a new voice actor for the demon, or...
So, speaking of notes
Nope,
and
there's
death.
no transition here.
Shut up. When is Cuphead?
Very, very soon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, where's Cuphead? I'm
Game
sorry.
Bun. Where's Cuphead?
On Steam. I have already purchased it.
Where is it, though?
Store.steampower.com, specifically.
Can you actually buy it already?
I already purchased it. It's $20.
That is a good price.
Can I ask an actual question about Cuphead?
Yeah, go ahead.
What the fuck is Cuphead? I thought that was just a meme.
What?
No, it's not just a meme. Do you want me to tell you what it actually is?
I mean, I saw like it's a cartoony kind of game.
It's
that
a
looks neat.
platformer / bullet hell.
All right, well,
game.
there
It's
goes
like
my
Mega Man.
interest.
It's like Mega Man. It's not that much.
I
bullet
would
hell. It's
maybe
like Mega
compare it more to Contra.
Man. Okay, yeah, that's.
I think Contra is like a better analogy.
Again, there goes my interest.
Yeah, but it's like good Contra though.
But I'm not good at
So
those
it's like
games.
Super C, basically.
It doesn't seem that hard. Like you don't die in one hit, for example, like in Contra.
Yeah, you have a health bar.
Okay, I think I'm finally awake. This internet stable.
Good
So I can
morning.
probably say stuff now. No, look, I've been trying to fight this internet for the past 10 minutes.
Good morning.
Sorry.
Where's Cuphead?
GOG, apparently.
Oh, that's another place where you can find
Buy your
Cuphead.
DRM-free versions of Cuphead.
Okay.
Look,
Yeah.
they didn't have DRM in the 30s when cartoons were happening, so it's probably a better way to play.
Like, my impression of Cuphead hasn't really changed since I first saw it all those years ago. From 2014, 15?
Oh god, it has been that long,
Like-
huh?
Like, it looks
Yeah.
amazing as someone who watches those old style cartoons from time to time. But I never really give a damn about the gameplay. Back then, remember when they introduced it the first time, it was just boss rushes. That's all it was.
Yeah, now there's boss stages and platforming stages, which I think is
Mhm.
much more suited to what that people want that game to be.
And then they added the world map, which is pretty much like I will admit the world map style is actually kind of appeasing to me. Like it's all like painted backgrounds, and what's interactable is just like how old cartoons would do it, which is like a flat color.
Stylistically, yeah, that game looks fucking excellent.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I like how it looks.
I'm just hoping the actual gameplay will keep me going, or will just be another like style over substance.
So for me, I haven't played a game like a Contra style or Mega Man style game like that in quite a long time. And there's, unlike in those games, Mega Man, obviously you can get boss powers, but there's a lot of like sort of extraneous, making your character stronger stuff outside of the levels, and the co-op seems really good. It seems like there's not a focus on co-op, but there's a lot of attention paid to making co-op good.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, it just, even though the gameplay isn't necessarily something new or exciting, I haven't really hit one of those in a long time. Seems like it could be a lot of fun.
So it does look good, and friend of the show, Toddy, who has a gun, first of all, definitely
right.
has a gun.
Please help.
Has played Cuphead. He's played a demo of it, and he says it is very, very good.
Sick.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
He's been screaming about Cuphead ever since.
I mean, even before you played the demo, this has been going on for years.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about Toddy later when we get to what you've been playing, but...
Game Bun,
Yeah.
talk to us about other new games that are coming out. Like the thing that I keep highlighting, that's right under where's Cuphead.
Like possibly something fighting that involves puzzles.
I mean, I saw the trailer. Look,
You gotta say what it is.
It's a puzzle fighter. Right, a puzzle fighter.
Yeah.
What is Puzzle Fighter? Because that's another thing I haven't.
It's another
played.
puzzle game.
It's like Street Fighter, but also Tetris, if you think about it.
It's more like columns.
Yeah, it's more like columns, you're right. But, listen. I have no follow-up, just listen.
Is it like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine?
You know, I think honestly it's more like a mix of columns and Puyo Puyo. Because you can kind of go either way with diagonals and up and downs.
Did you know in Japan, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine is actually called Puyo Puyo?
In America, it's called Kirby's Avalanche.
So there's actually kind of a weird, confusing history of Puzzle Fighters in Tosis, because there's another game that is called Super Gem Fighter, which is not Puzzle Fighter. That is just a straight up fighting game, but it has
the puzzle
dumb
pieces.
gems, right, from Puzzle Fighter in it.
Like for the longest time, I got the two confused until I realized,
a lot of people do. So there's no fighting game in this. Like there's no I'm doing a motion and pressing a button and I throw a nuke and
it is purely puzzle. It's just puzzling.
Right. This is all a puzzle game with the trappings of by doing the puzzle you make the ugly, having seen the trailer looking characters fight each other. And also something I found out doing some research on this, So in previous Puzzle Fighter games, you've had inclusions of other Capcom franchise characters, although not a lot. So, like, if I can remember correctly, the only characters they've had before are, like, Darkstalkers characters,
Yeah, that's all
mostly.
I really remember. It was just like Darkstalkers and Street Fighter.
Right, so it's more than that this time. I've seen Frank West, Dante...
This is purely a Capcom now thing, so it was just a fighting game thing with the two franchises.
It's basically Marvel now. It's like the Marvel of puzzle games.
Alright.
I guess it's more like Smash. It's like it's a combination of their stuff. If you want to go down that route.
What if you don't like fighting games or puzzle games?
You won't like this.
I got this phone game for you. It's called Clash of Clans.
Oh no!
What if I don't play mobile games because they're all bad?
They play Sonic Mania.
Okay.
I am, motherfucker.
We'll come back
All
to
right,
that.
we'll talk about that later
have a segment
on.
for
But
that.
if you join my Clash of Clans clan, I'll give you free.
No.
I mean, you can go down my route and play Kingdom Hearts on Chain X. Wait, on Chain Key. That's right.
Do I
X.
have to?
Is that really how it's...
Yeah, it's pronounced Key.
Yeah, because it's like it's not an X. It's like the symbol key, which
Oh,
looks
like a
kind of
Keyblade?
like an X. Yeah,
Look,
that
when we
comes
get
up
to
in
Birth
Birth by
Boys.
Sleep. We can talk about
Yeah,
that
it
when we
does.
do Kingdom Hearts videos. Don't worry about it. It's later.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of fighting games,
Yeah.
Street Fighter V is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, we have to be talking. We just mention this a little bit. That's all.
There's a new character that came out for Street Fighter V called
Manat.
Manate.
Just pronounce it like Borat would pronounce things.
That's a weird.
Manat.
That's a weird way to pronounce Capcom.sys.
No, you definitely want to say it like Borat. Manat.
I haven't looked at it at all because I don't care about Street Fighter.
I mean, you don't really care about fighting games. She has legs for days, though.
Yeah, so the
Was it a
basic...
horny character?
Yes, so the basic judgment on this character is no one likes Street Fighter... Well, okay, 4 people like Street Fighter V because they're getting paid to play it. But... Oh, actually, most of the people who are getting paid to play it also don't like it. Anyway, some people are still playing Street Fighter V, so they're still releasing characters for it. And it seems like the consensus about Manat is that she seems pretty cool, like, gameplay-wise, whatever. She's actually surprisingly complicated for a Street Fighter V character, because most Street Fighter V characters are medium, special, and that's how you play the character.
Basically, don't question the orb.
Yeah, but she has, like, she's kind of like a puppet character. You probably don't know what that means, but it basically means you have this thing that you control separate from your character, and...
you mean like hit smash character Rosalina?
Yup. So, just like Ice Climbers. So, but mostly people don't care about her gameplay. They care about the fact that she is an Egyptian girl and she does a little cat girl dance and shakes her hips when she does her super. And there's a costume for her where she's dressed up like a mummy and you can see her pussy practically. And people are really into that because, yeah, it's anime. So,
I mean, it's anime. What do you fucking expect?
So people are already posting fan art of her feet and shit all over Twitter.
Wait, did Capcom nerf her vagina bones too?
So, you know what? Very serious commentary about this. Okay, Capcom has been doing this thing at their premiere events and also at EVO, where if you're wearing an outfit that they think is too sexy, they make you change it.
That's less Capcom and more. That was Disney.
Capcom's been doing it at premiere events too. Not just
they're
ESPN
trying to
Disney.
make themselves look more upstanding.
I just kind of wonder how that works compared to like every other fucking thing out there.
Not just ESPN and Disney. Anyway, which by the way has included the likes of Cammy's regular outfit. You know, the one that they designed her with that she's had for fucking 20 years or 30 years or whatever. Yeah, they censored that. Anyway.
You know what's really good? When a company, like, basically unintentionally admits that they designed their character to look really bad.
Well, so wait. So they've been doing this, and then they released this character who literally does a fucking hip dance and is wearing mummy wraps as clothing. And that's okay? Like, what? Like, you can't have it both ways, my dudes. Anyway.
Well, I think they know that nobody's gonna play Street Fighter V competitively.
Well, that's not. No, that's
That's
have
already
you seen their
happening.
esports plan?
No.
They have a whole esports plan and everything that got leaked.
No, you
anyway,
see, I have this list of esports games, and it just says Super Smash Brothers 64 on it.
That's weird
What?
because also nobody cares about Smash Brothers. It's all about like fucking Dota 2. So
You know, you joke about that, but then I turn on the Disney XD and they have fucking Hearthstone on there.
Yeah, I'm looking at this esports thing, and it just says Pokemon.
Again, that's also on Disney.
really, it doesn't say Digimon.
it
Fucked
says
up.
it's weird. It says Pokemon Puzzle League.
It says Beyblades on it. That's it. For some reason, I don't know what that's about.
Dude, you just remind me whenever I get Tetris Attack again because of that
It's
damn
a-
license.
It's something's here called Pro Yoko. What is that? Can somebody explain Pro Yoko to me?
That is the
After
esport
I was
among esports.
after I was mercilessly trounced by Medibot at AGDQ.
If you're lucky, we may get friend of the podcast, Medibot, esports champion and furthermore organizer of many Pro Yoko tournaments on to talk about his love of the esport that is Pro Yoko, which, if you don't know, and you should, is Yoshi's Cookie.
Oh, I'm sure if I asked him, he would do it. Don't worry.
Let's stop talking about Street Fighter V because that game sucks. Let's instead talk about not this next thing that's on here because we should probably put that with the other stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why this
Instead-
was broken out instead of with the rest of the trailers that came out with it. So, yeah, tell
Instead.
me. So I heard you played a little Destiny 2 beta. Tell me about that.
I did. Hey,
It's a
so,
bad game.
First of all, let me hit you up with some weird shit right now. Destiny 2, I played the beta on PC. Destiny
Uh-huh.
2 does not come out on PC until October.
Yeah.
So, like, why is the beta in August? Anyway. And also, it was only a few days. So I played 2 days of beta, basically. And, yo, do you like Destiny 1?
I didn't play Destiny
no.
1, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, I played a lot of Destiny 1 on my Xbox 360, which, yo, let me tell you a story. That is the worst console you could have picked to play that game on.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah,
You fucked
that
up.
game came out for PS4. Like, woof, oh man, it was rough.
Yeah, they were doing like this horrible thing for a long time where they were just releasing major AAA titles on both the last gen and the current gen, and it was not helpful at all.
But that being said, even though it was super rough, I like that game a lot. If you like playing, it's kind of the combat is kind of like so to be clear, Destiny for the most part, there is competitive multiplayer, like you can shoot people or whatever. But there's also a lot of single player stuff, and that is where you can get a lot of gear. That's, in fact, I think that's mostly outside of some expansion stuff they added where you got your good gear from. So it is a loot shooter, kind of like a Borderlands style thing.
I love grinding for random loot infinitely.
I actually do, so just shut up.
I love playing bad Halo
No,
and
so
grinding
wait.
for loot infinitely.
That's the thing, is that it's actually good Halo, which is why it's kind of fun.
No,
No,
it's
the
not.
combat is totally good Halo. I'm sorry. It just is.
Uh,
So the combat in that game is really... So that's the reason why I've played quite a lot of Destiny 1 and less Borderlands, is because I don't like the combat in Borderlands. I don't think it's very good. I think it's much more about numbers and abilities and shit and whatever. And in Destiny, it was, in my experience, much more... The gunplay was more important and more fun. So I like Destiny for that, and... Yo, Destiny 2 is definitely the same thing. There's some changes to the 3 main classes here and there. They start you out in the beta at level 20, which is like the original quote-unquote level cap of the first game. They went higher than that eventually, but the original level cap is 20. So you have you can kind of pick from 2 trees of abilities for each class, which there will eventually be 3 of. And yeah, I don't know, that game is definitely really pretty. 1, it's gorgeous looking. 2, it runs great on PC, or at least on my PC it ran great, which is mainly my concern was. Because, hey, I know it's Activision and they know how to make a PC port, theoretically.
hey,
but...
hold on. Let me start up Destiny 2 real quick and say, oh, my computer's on fire. What's going on?
Yeah. System specs are no joke for this game, I think. But it does, we had a friend who tried to run this and he just couldn't. friend of the
Hey,
show tells me.
did they figure out how to make a story of any kind?
No. So from what I've seen,
Did it still cost $500 million to make?
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that question. But I will definitely say that the story, I say that very harshly, of what was there was not. It was. I hesitate to say that Destiny 1 was better story-wise because it was also bad, but at least
my favorite part about Destiny's story is that they literally just tell you, hey, if you want to hear about the story, go read our website.
Yeah,
instead
and
of just saying it in the game.
That's like lore stuff, but I mean, like, I even at least got something out of in Destiny 1 having Peter Dinklage as your stupid robot. Like, there's something...
they took him out of that.
Yeah. Oh, no, they couldn't afford him again. He's
no,
way
I mean,
too
they
famous
took
now.
him out of Destiny 1 in a patch.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
They passed his ass out.
Good thing I played it before that happened. But yeah, the story has never been a very important, at least in my experience, never been too important in Destiny. It's a lot more about the, just doing raids, basically. Doing raids and playing competitive multiplayer and stuff. And yeah, it's fun. It's fucking good.
Yeah, but I fucking hate raids.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
It's not like a MMO raid. It's like less effort than that. All in all, good, and most importantly, again, runs great on my PC, which is the thing I was concerned about. So, looking forward to it in 2 months. Well, I guess a month and a half or so. But
all right, and moving on to other tragedies. That one might not have been a great...
No, that's not a good segue. Anyway, Hurricane Harvey is bad. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
We even have a Texan here.
Yeah, and he's dead.
How's it going over there?
So, even though Harvey didn't hit us, we got hit by Harvey by another way. I mentioned this earlier in the week. So gas around here has been going up.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I saw pictures of, like, someone trying to sell gas for, like, almost $10 a gallon.
Price gouging during national disasters. How nice.
Well, see, it's not as bad as it is down there. So what's going on is that because of all the refugees going up to Dallas or DFW, so there's not much gas going around. Because all the gas I think at the moment that we're getting it from is from Houston. There's no trucks coming up. Well, it's kind of weird. People are making this weird, like, outrage about, like, gas shortage, which is kind of happening. I went to a gas station this morning for something to drink, and they had no gas at all.
Whoa.
I mean, that happened here when Sandy happened. I'm pretty sure.
So, yeah.
Is like
Plus,
quick check, the ones that had gas stations, they were posting an update on Facebook every day to say there is gas in the ground at these quick checks.
Yeah, they've been doing that too. Like Thursday, I went to a Kroger's to get some gas, and there was a line, about like 8 or 10 cars long from where I was on. It was 2:35 on Thursday. So I'm just driving around this morning and this afternoon. I saw places of gas going for like $2.70 a gallon. So it's going up, and I think it's going to go up even further.
Hey, remember when gas was like $4 a gallon? I remember that.
I do remember that.
I don't remember that. I don't want to remember that.
I was too much of a bab to remember that.
But basically, yeah, we're having some gas problems, and having driven through rain last 2 weeks ago, and knowing how fucking nuts that is, it's, ugh. I haven't imagined that down there. It's like 10 times worse.
So driving in rain is actually not that bad if you live in a zone where rain happens occasionally, and you are used to it.
The thing is, though, it's like, this is kind of spontaneously just came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, because I remember, I lived in California for 4 years. You gotta remember that anytime it rained, people forgot how to drive, and I'm like,
Literally.
you just drive a little slower, that's it. That's all you have to do.
It's never the fact that driving the rain is a problem, it's the fact that it's coming down so hard that I can literally not see anything.
Alright, okay, in that case, yes, it's a little rough, but still, you just drive slower and it's fine.
Yeah, I did that. I'm kind of glad, like, yeah, it's bad, but these people, these streamers, they're doing
Poor
things.
people at Harvey, but yeah, in a very nice act, unlike our shitty president, who basically went there on a truck and stood in the back of the truck and waved at people, and then came back and said, even though it's bad, people are doing doing all right, and I think it's a really great thing. That was his comment about Hurricane Harvey. Anyway,
basically, thumbs up, Okay, good. I want to get back to my plan.
Exactly. And instead of being shitty, a bunch of GDQ speedrunners,
They got hype.
they got hype. They kind of are always hype.
They kind of never stop saying the word hype, and it's a little concerning.
Hype. And they, in 3 days, fucking got their shit together and made a online GDQ, meaning, they sort of switch from streamer to streamer, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
But a not localized GDQ for Hurricane Harvey relief, and they already broke 100K, which is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
there's been a bunch of spontaneous streams happening for the cause, which is good.
good shit.
Just stuff I've been noticing popping up every now and then. These last couple of days.
People coming together to help people out in a bleak situation. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about a bleak situation, Zimtosis.
Oh no.
Talking about a bleak situation, I exist.
Okay, how about
Damn.
something a little less dark and more on the show notes? Just a weird...
I'm gonna be honest, I
Weird
said that because
request.
I was vegging out for a second.
Okay. We're at point I on the show notes.
Oh yeah. Speaking of a bleak situation besides me, is Bethesda. Did you
Just in
know
general?
Bethesda tried to... But yeah, just in general, Bethesda's bad, but Bethesda's trying to sell mods again, and it's just as bad as the fucking last time.
Wait, this isn't the thing with the mud crab, right?
It is, but it's on a different site now.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yes, they made a whole new system to sell mods now, and they have literally the same, it's mostly just skins at this point, and most of them are worse than the free mods you can already get, which is funny.
So there's an image flying around where someone made a mod for the mud crab, as a joke, mud crab armor, and then the image next to it is the one they're selling on the store. That's a legit thing. So it's gotten really shitty.
Yeah.
Where do I buy them? Where do I buy mods?
I don't fucking know.
On the I don't know if you could do it on the computer. You probably can on some site.
Let's see.
I'm looking right now, and the ones I see are not paid, so that's why I'm
I know
confused.
on the Xbox One and on the PlayStation 4 now, you can buy mods for both Fallout 4 and Skyrim Legendary Edition, I think.
There's a website, I swear they had this somewhere. Where the fuck is it?
So that's right, PS4 finally has mods, everyone.
But you have to pay for them.
Yeah, but you have to pay for them.
So did they, is the last time I remember there was rampant mod theft? Is that happening again?
Let's talk about this for a second. Do you know why selling mods is a bad idea?
Because you can steal them from the internet and then sell them for money.
Because you're making them with content from
no,
another
that's
company?
Bethesda's fault. That's Bethesda's fault for letting that shit happen, let's be honest. The real reason it's bad is because mods aren't up to the same qualities as an actual game is supposed to be half the time. So you can't really sell a product that might not even work.
Well, I will say that it worked for CSGO skins, even though that shit is terrible and one of the worst things about CSGO now.
Yeah, but the Bethesda stuff is supposed to be more than just skins at some point.
Yeah.
Also with CSGO skins at the very least, if you don't like it, you can at least try to convert it or sell it to anything else. So.
Well, and also there's a lot of curation with CSGO skins, but
Plus at the very least,
curation is going to be like with Bethesda mods.
Plus, at least you get free shit every now and then. Where these mods, you have to actually you just have to buy them. You have no other option. Well, aside from getting around it.
Alright.
Unless you're on a PS4 or Xbox One, well then fuck you.
Bethesda sucks.
Speaking of terrible companies, Nintendo.
Wow, come on now. Okay,
No,
they've
Nintendo's
worked very
just
hard.
as bad as everyone the fuck else, let's
Just
be
because their
honest.
internet sucks. Anyway.
Look, man, I met Mario today. He gave me a dab.
I think Nintendo is less malicious than other companies, but is more stupid.
No, they're not.
They're stupid.
Just as fucking greedy as everyone else.
First of all, Luigi was the one who dabbed. Luigi is the dabbist.
No, I met the Mario dab.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about how terrible Nintendo is.
We're here to talk about
We're here
Luigi
to talk
dabbing.
We'll talk about that later. We have a section for that later.
We're here to talk about Green Mario.
I hate the green Mario.
He's like Red Mario, but green and evil.
I prefer the dinosaur Mario.
Oh boy.
He takes his bag full of ghosts and opens it at you.
The green Mario fathered the dinosaur Mario. Think about that.
Oh,
No, it's the other way around.
They call him Mama Luigi.
this hidden lore in Mario that we're just talking.
Mama Luigi's a giant dinosaur. With a mustache.
So, Nintendo Indies is a thing, apparently.
PAX.
Michael tells me this. I didn't know beforehand because I don't care about Nintendo.
They call them Nindies.
Let me just interrupt really quick. PAX is happening. And at PAX, Nintendo decided, hey, God forbid, for once, we're not just going to do all of our shit in Nintendo Directs. We're going to talk about and show our indies and shit at PAX, because that's what you do at PAX, right?
And we're going to put pictures of Loss everywhere.
They had a press conference. And there's a bunch of games that came out of this. Let's talk about the one that is separate from this first, for no reason, because it's a really big one.
Hey, do you like touchdowns and a guy named Travis and masturbating to anime? Well,
I do like a guy named Travis, but I don't think he's the same Travis.
I like 2 out of 3 of those things, and I don't know if I like a guy named Travis until I've met him.
I mean, I'm talking about Travis McElroy. He's pretty cool, personally. I think that. Is he in a video game by Suda, by any chance? Do you know?
I mean, this is basically the big indie dream, so maybe?
So I watched this trailer.
No More Heroes 3.
Is it No More Heroes 3?
It's No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Back, the full title.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's fucking No More Heroes 3.
Yeah.
It's not just a minigame thing like some people think it is.
Well, okay,
But it might be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We don't know, because there's no gameplay footage, it's just the trailer, so...
Yes.
Isn't that funny how if you don't show any gameplay, nobody knows what the fuck your game is sometimes?
That trailer, by the way, fucking rules, because Travis Touchdown is just playing Hotline Miami in his trailer.
Yeah,
Which is
that's...
a thing that he would do.
I have a different opinion. I think that trailer was done really bad, because the audio balancing was fucking awful.
Oh, I agree with that. But I kind of almost feel like that was on purpose, like... That seems like one of those Suda
It doesn't
things,
matter
you know?
if you do something terrible on purpose, it's still terrible, so
I thought it was kind of funny, to be honest with you.
Overall liked the trailer. I thought the part where he kept referring to gamers was a little weird. I thought that was maybe unnecessary.
I honestly don't... I've played No More Heroes 1 to completion, and I've played some of 2, and I don't like, love those games or anything, but I think Suda's sense of humor is really fucking funny, honestly.
I have seen both the games played through all the way, and they look fun.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. They're interesting. So,
I like how the style is, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I like the dumb laser sword.
I almost a number of times have bought T-shirts that are the T-shirts that you can get in the first game.
You can get that?
Really,
where have you found these?
I'll help you.
I would like to get one, but I don't know which one.
I will help you find a Travis.
I don't have all of them, but like for example, you know the loop one. I know where to get that one. For example. Anyway,
so, since you mentioned the gamer, where I posted a thing in the Discord, in our little Discord chat.
So the other game is Dandara.
Great.
Dandara. I don't fucking know.
Dandara.
It's basically a Metroidvania thing where you warp around.
Yeah.
To the walls and the ceilings, and it looks neat, I guess, but it's not my type of game.
There's like there's fighting, and it seems like you can't. There's no movement. Like you don't run and jump. You can only jump from surface to surface, and that's how you move. It kind of reminds me, at least in that aspect, of there was some like third-person shooter that came out a couple of years ago, where like that was the conceit, was that you can only jump from cover to cover, and like you could be on like upside down cover and weird shit. Like it has that same sort of conceit to it, where it's like you can only jump from place to place in order to traverse the levels. It looks interesting. It didn't look bad. It looked very indie. The art style is very, retro 16-bit pixels.
It looked very indie is the best non-statement I've ever heard.
Yeah, that doesn't really mean anything.
In the sense that it didn't look like it was a high budget. It looked like someone made it with a small team of people.
You mean the usual stylings of the indie games?
This video game looks exactly like Neutral Milk Hotels in the airplane over the sea. What the fuck?
I mean, The Witcher 3 is such an indie-looking game.
Video game looks like the Decemberist. So weird.
Yeah, it looks like the second Decemberist album. That's so weird.
Her Majesty the fucking Alright, I'm done.
Anyway, let's get away from that game and move on to our next one.
It looks like the Tane.
It's Away. I watched that trailer and I legitimately don't know what I watched. It was just anime shit going on and I don't know.
The best part about this trailer is that the first 30, 40 seconds of it are literally just an anime OP. Made by French people.
Like, when I got to the actual gameplay part, I was like, is this a survival game? Is this fucking... What is this shit?
Yeah, so the gameplay, for some reason, gave me, like, a very strong, like, Wolfenstein 1 flashbacks, where it's, like, sprites coming at you in a flat 2D kind of 3D space. It's very weird.
It kind of looks like Zelda, a little bit, in the sense that... But it's like first-person Zelda, in the sense that you're fighting enemies, and you have hearts, and... We didn't see any ranged weapons. You only see a melee weapon in the trailer. So I don't know. It looks like some sort of adventure, first person something or other, by French people, and it's anime. Very anime.
Speaking of not anime or French people, I don't know. Maybe French people are involved.
Did French people develop that? I don't know. We'll find out.
Nine Parchments is another game that's basically Magicka, but it looks more boring.
Hey, you know what I found out? I looked up something about this game. You know what I figured out? This is made by Paradox Interactive.
Oh, really?
Oh, is it actually just literally Magicka, but boring?
They just didn't want to make a Magicka 3, I guess?
Yeah.
Magicka 2 didn't do very well.
No, it didn't.
Nintendo needed a new IP, so... Oh, no, it's not. Sorry, it's not Paradox. It's but it is the people who worked on Magicka. Yo, what up? Just chiming in to say I was totally fucking wrong here. Actually, this is developed by Frozen Byte, the people who made Trine, and not the people who made Magicka. So, yeah.
So it's just they moved to a different company?
Something like that, yeah.
It's Arrowhead, right? That they made Magicka.
Who?
Arrowhead? Isn't that
No,
it?
it was... Well, maybe, yeah,
I think that was their name.
Paradox was the publisher, anyway.
They're Swedish, right? Aren't they?
I think so.
Oh, yes, it is Arrowhead, by the way.
Alright, yeah.
But, yeah, it's... Man, I don't really like Magicka very much, and this looks like Magicka with they took all the bad humor out, which normally would have been a good thing, but they replaced it with, it appears to be nothing, because they don't show any story beats or anything, or literally anything except for combat in this trailer.
I mean, the thing is, I actually like the way Magicka controls with the magic. It's actually a neat idea. I just wish it was in a good game for once.
Have you ever seen a trailer where instead of showing not enough gameplay, they actually show too much gameplay?
Yeah, man.
That was this trailer.
It was like, boy, wow, this is just the whole game, huh?
I feel like the theme of this entire Nindies block that we're doing right now is really cool ideas with very poor execution.
Speaking of poor execution and fucking, I can't keep doing segues. All right,
Alright, I can segue. I got this.
Morphe's Law is a game I genuinely didn't understand when I was looking at it. It's you shoot things and get big or tiny or something.
Let me
I don't
explain
know.
this to you.
Yeah, so what Morphe's Law is imagine, if you will, that you are a 4-on-4 arena shooter made up of like Deus de los Muertos painted people.
Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah. And then when you shoot people, their body mass leaves them where you shot them and then joins you at the same place. It's like, I think that's a cool idea. I think that the gameplay that I saw looks very, very generic. Like, almost aggressively generic.
So, did someone just take, like, the theme of Grim Fandango and turn it into a boring third-person shooter?
No, so look at it this way, right? You shoot them in their fat cock, okay? And
And then you've got a fat cock too.
and then they have a skinny cock, and you have a fat cock.
Uh-huh.
And then also because you have a fat cock, you can like pee on people and it hurts them or something.
You
So
can
for example,
shoot
like
a bigger load.
right, yeah. So for example, like in the trailer, they have.
I don't like what we did with that.
I might have been wrong about this, but I think this is what happens. The guy shoots the other guy. Oh, by the way, the goal of this game is not to like you can. I guess you kill people eventually after shooting them, but also the goal is to increase. By killing people, you increase the mass of a giant luchador.
You're not helping me right now.
A giant Day of the Dead skeleton man in the background, and when he gets big enough, you win. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm just
That
So-
basically was nothing you said.
there was a thing where like this guy shot the other guy, and it made his torso grow, and then because his torso was fat, he could fart. He could fart bigger, and the fart made him go up in the air more because he farted bigger.
oh, they have abilities related to their body parts. This is what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, it's very strange, and as Miko
Yeah.
said, the gameplay is not. It's not.
So
It
like
wasn't very well done, is what you're saying.
part of the problem is that like I'm kind of over like team arena shooters. I haven't even played Overwatch in months. Like I'm just over it.
I just don't get why you would play this over Splatoon unless you just couldn't afford Splatoon and this was cheaper.
Yeah, so like just imagine if they took Juggernaut mode from Halo and just like took it to its logical extreme, and that's what you have here.
The thing I'll give it though is that at the very least, like Splatoon covers a specific niche. This is just straight up shooting, and people will probably want to itch for that on their Switch.
But instead of Splatoon or this, you could play Quake Champions.
Is that coming to Switch?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
It's not, and also fuck that game.
Hey, did you know the last people... I think the developers that made Quake Champions also made a game called God Hand, which... not God Hand, what the fuck? God Mode? Which is a really bad
yes.
game.
I do remember that game barely.
And they also made the R.I.P.D. official movie game.
That I remember better.
Oh shit.
The thing is though, like those two are the same exact game.
Yeah, I know. They literally just took God Mode and reskinned it and sold it again.
Yep.
That's who made the new Quake game. I think.
Yeah, that game sucks. So
Speaking of
games.
sucking on things.
Yeah,
Wow,
actually,
okay.
sure.
Battle Chef Brigade. You put food in your mouth and sometimes you suck on it, right? So it's a game. It's a game where you go around and you like kill things and like.
I gave brief descriptions in the show notes of each of these titles, and for the brief description of Battle Chef Brigade, I wrote, "My name's Chef."
Hey, have you guys seen Chef?
You go around and you kill like monsters and stuff, and then you use their ingredients to cook food, and then do stuff with the food, and yeah.
Yeah. So it's a 2D sort of action-y, reminds me a little bit of a Castlevania maybe-ish type thing when you are killing creatures to get their juices, and then you get their juices, come back, and you cook them, and that part is a puzzle game.
Suck my juices.
In concept, I think this is really cool.
Hey, can you do an LP of this game, but cook alongside it?
No, I cannot. I can't do that. I can't do that.
No, I'm talking to Mike.
I don't want to Switch, so no, I can't do that. But I don't know. It in execution, the combat part looked a little rough, but
It all kind of looked a little rough. Let's be honest.
okay. I thought the art style was okay though.
No, I didn't mean that, but like the animation and like
Yeah.
it kind of looked a bit janky.
But it's not out yet, and in concept, I think that's pretty cool. So that one looked alright. I'm talking about this next one because I'm fucking excited for this shit. SteamWorld Dig 2. SteamWorld Dig 2 is coming out. And SteamWorld Dig 1, if you haven't played it, is really fun, and it's not long, and you can get it on Steam now, so just fucking go pirate it on the internet or
this
whatever
was
shitty
that
thing you're gonna do.
3DS Steam game.
It is.
It is.
It was also
is?
a 3DS game. Yep.
It was originally a 3DS game that you can now purchase on the computer.
No, I think the game I'm thinking of is called, like, Steampunk World or something.
You're thinking of the one that is a tactical shoot man's.
Probably.
Yeah, and you are also robots, and it's similar. But no, that is not this.
This one actually looks neat.
Yeah, so you dig. Hey, it's about digging.
Uh-huh.
You dig. There's enemies, and you can kill them, but that's not really the point. It's more about digging and collecting resources to get better ways to dig and collect resources until you complete objectives and you get power-ups and stuff. The trailer, honestly, is pretty bad for this. I gotta be real, the trailer sucked in the sense that I really feel like it didn't show you a lot, didn't tell you anything. The most I got out of this trailer, aside from a couple new environments and enemies and stuff, was, hey, you are playing as the girl from the first game who your original character in the first game was friends with. So, because I assume he went missing at the end of that game. So, yeah, I'm gonna play the shit out of this because it's gonna be the exact same thing. I love that game.
Well, speaking of digging on things,
yeah, you should dig on
this order should have been different. We could have segued better from the meat one.
I mean, it doesn't have to be in this order. You can just talk about another one.
Listen, I'm doing it in order, alright? We've come this far.
It's too late. We're already committed. Super Meat Boy Forever!
Yeah! Hey, remember Super Meat Boy?
I do remember that game. That game was a lot of fun.
Hey, that game came out 7 years ago.
Yeah, did you want that game again, except it's an endless runner?
Oh, well, it's not endless, but a runner, but
endless?
yes. It's actually not endless. I found that out. But
yeah, like nothing about this trailer said endless runner to me, so I didn't know if you were
it is a runner.
Going crazy. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's an auto-scroll thing now, right?
Yeah.
You can't really take your time and fucking wait. It's just all...
That's not what I want out of Super Meat Boy at all.
You don't go left, you only go right.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah, this is like really bare. I don't like it.
Yeah,
it looks a bit weird to me.
Like I posted on there, why does it look worse than Super Meat Boy? Like it looks so zoomed in. I mean,
yeah. And yeah, I don't think anyone who played Super Meat Boy wants this. To be honest with you, and furthermore, the trailer, like, they hit you with some story beats at the beginning about you're rescuing the kid of Meat Boy and Bandage Girl. I don't know the story of.
So, like, is Bandage Girl actually made out of band-aids?
Yes.
No, I think she's made out of meat and has band-aids on it.
Alright, so, like, theoretically, if they're both, like, bloody meat, like, how do they fuck?
Uh-huh.
Very, very moist.
Actually, you know what they did? They don't fuck. They take meat off of each other and they form a baby.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I feel better about that one.
They have to slowly sacrifice their own bodies to build a child.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
How does a fetus control a robot? Anyway, that part of the trailer was better than the gameplay. And then there's also another game that doesn't look very good. That's called...
Yeah, you could say that. Ooh. This game looks ugly and also not fun.
What do you mean?
It looks like an arcade brawler.
It's called Wolfer.
Yeah, the art style looks very much like a Flash animation you might see in the year 2007, and also bad. So...
Yeah. I don't have a lot to say about this one, except that this was one of... There's other games that I could have put in here, but I wanted to make a point mentioning... Because there's other games that actually look kind of decent, like Fuck Fingers or whatever it's called.
Fuck Fingers? What do you mean Fuck Fingers?
Light Fingers, I think that's the name of it. But I wanted to make a point, which is that Nintendo needs to work on picking their games for their indies.
Hey, you remember Meme Run? And how that was a game you could purchase on the Wii U?
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason you can't purchase it... Yeah, the only reason you can't purchase it anymore is because it stole copyrighted memes, and then there was a lawsuit?
Literally because the guy who made Trollface copyrighted that shit, which honestly is probably the smartest thing anyone who's made a meme has done.
Yeah, right?
And then he did a C&D to them. And here we are.
Yeah, and here we are looking at Wolver, which is not... I just wanted to make a point that I feel like there's definitely some gems. There's some stuff in here that look okay, kind of rough gems, and then there's some that did not look very good like this. A game that looks better than this is Lost Sphere, which, hey, Tokyo RPG Factory, the guys who made I Am Setsuna, are doing that again, basically. But hopefully it'll be better this time. I've played some of I Am Setsuna and it's pretty slow.
I'm gonna be honest, I watched this trailer last and I genuinely can't remember anything about it. Other than it was anime.
It's an RPG about how things disappeared and you need to create them.
Uh-huh.
And then also, yes. Finally, and just really, and the combat's better this time, it seems like, from Setsuna. Alright, we're done. Not just a Pizzagator.
So, yep, pretty much. If you didn't know, Notch is not only a complete cunt, he is also a fucking idiot. And there you go.
Yeah, we knew that.
Funnily enough, money doesn't make you smart.
Anyway.
Hey,
so,
Miko.
Let's talk about video games for a minute.
What you been gaming? Been gaming, Miko?
Hey, if any of you talk about the thing I want to talk about before I talk about it, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Well, so, there's, if you think about it, there's a beloved franchise that has made a comeback recently. And
oh, yeah.
I think we all know what it is. I don't even have to introduce it, but I will anyway. That's right, baby. Knack is back. Knack 2, the demo, now available on PS4. Holy shit, this demo is bad. Oh my god.
Release Knack 2. Release Knack 2.
So, we'll get to the game that I am playing on PS4 currently that I purchased, but, while I was waiting for it to download, I saw that the Knack 2 demo was up, and I'm like, well, I never played Knack 1, but what the fuck, let's just download this, it's like 500 megabytes. Holy shit, this thing's generic as hell. There's, like, no substance here, and also, anytime you beat a guy, he, instead of despawning, flies upward at, like, 1,000 miles per hour, and it's really funny.
You're just making me want to play it now, yeah.
But it's just, like, you run around and you mash square, and you punch people, and that's kind of it, and that's it.
Now, you do know how bad the first Knack was, right?
No, I never played it.
It's not good.
I have no frame of
It was basically a fucking tech demo.
Okay, well, Knack 2 also feels like a tech demo, so...
Yeah, that's why it's just like you're doing a tech demo again, like how many years after the tech demo?
Why are you guys talking shit about my boy Knack?
Because that game was bad. It was not fun to play.
That's my boy Knack right there.
Nothing rhymes with Knack that I can use for that.
Knack is
attack.
whack.
Oh, shit.
Alright.
Anyway, speaking of...
games that you actually downloaded and played.
Yeah, so I actually did play a video game, like a real one, and it's Horizon Zero Dawn, and I know I'm late to the party, but damn, this game's good.
My brother had that game and played it for like a half an hour to an hour and then never touched it again because he
So
does
that's
that
like
a lot.
the slow part of the game, so I don't know why you would stop there. That's like the
No, he
intro.
does that with like every game he buys. Except for some reason The Witcher 3.
I'm like 8 or 9 hours in, and it's like really good, and I'm having a lot of fun, and the start of it, like all these people are really mean to this little girl, and I don't really understand. Fuck these people.
Can you tell me what the girl's name is again?
Aloy.
Uh-huh. Now, can you explain to me why that's the dumbest name in the world?
Because it means alloy.
Yeah. That. It's a really dumbass name.
Also, they're living on the ruins of what they keep calling the Metal World, which is just current society, but it collapsed, and now everybody lives in tribes in the... for some reason, am getting the sense that this game takes place in, like, Seattle. I have no clue why. I don't know if that's true or not.
For some reason, I'm getting the sense that it exists in the same world as Jack and Dexter, and this is after everything's gone to shit.
You know what? Maybe. I don't know.
When the Metalhead's gonna show up.
Is Horizon Zero Dawn Knack 3?
No, not even a little bit.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So, well, really quickly first, I don't have a PS4 yet. I've been thinking about games that I want to get when I get a PS4 that are old that I want to actually get, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks dope. What is the coolest dinosaur you've seen so far?
So there is a really, really big one. Like, so I'm not very far in, so I haven't seen that many. There's like a really big bird that I encountered in the desert.
Mm.
And when I like, you have a thing called a focus, which like gives you like the little light pop-ups and it lets you scan things. And it told me that it was a way, way higher level than I was, and that I would probably die. So I didn't go fight it. I instead went the other way. But
it was cool looking.
Yeah.
But it was cool though.
It looked really cool.
All right. And it looks good on a PS4, this game.
Yeah, so the voice acting's a little janky. I don't think people actually talk like that in this game, but like it's fine.
I know that there was like that whole thing when this game came out about you gotta play it on PS4 Pro, bro, and fucking 4K, my dude.
Well, I don't have a PS4 Pro, and it runs just fine, so I don't know what they're talking about.
No, just for the graphics, man. So
it looks great. I'm on a regular PS4, and it looks great.
I mean, the PS4 Pro does make everything look and run a bit nicer, but like that's it.
Yeah.
So the biggest improvement I heard about the PS4 Pro is that if you play Bloodborne on it and you turn on the like unsupported enhancing mode or whatever it is, where games didn't get a real patch, Bloodborne loads way faster. So
yeah, that's cool. That sounds fun. You're gonna keep playing that, I take it?
Yeah. I'm probably gonna play some as soon as we're done recording, actually.
Dope. You played another game though.
Yeah, I did, because
I saw you play this game on
friend
Steam.
of the show, Toddy, loves the East series.
Friend of the show, Falcom Toddy with a gun.
Yeah, Falcom Toddy with a gun. He has done many LPs of the East games, which I have been in several. East 7 came out on Steam, this hit 2009 PSP game, and
hit is a strong word.
it's pretty popular. For most people, it was their introduction to the East series, so... Yeah, think about that.
What the fuck is yeast?
It's a letter in the alphabet.
So it's like you got Dogi, and he loves to crush Ram imperialism betwixt his powerful thighs, and you've got Adol, and he doesn't talk, but he has a sword and he has red hair, and you get on a boat.
His last name is Christian,
right?
You
go solve, Adol Christian, and he goes and he does adventures, and sometimes he does more adventures than other times. I don't know. E7 was on the PSP, and now it is on Steam, and for some reason they decided to preserve the PSP save screen on a PC game, and it's the wildest shit I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god.
That's a special level of laziness, where you just don't want to remake a menu, so you're like, fuck it.
Well, like, so I was under the impression that PSP save screen was part of the the operating system.
Yeah.
Right?
Me too.
They had to recreate that for the PC. That's like, the cross-media bar is not on my computer. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. It's not there.
Alternatively, they didn't recreate that, and that is a thing that they had to create in every PSP game.
Oh, fuck. No,
that's
horrible. That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
So, the good thing about E7 being on PC is that, when I was playing E7 initially...
Inside.
No. When I was playing E7 initially, my control stick on my PSP broke, and I never got it fixed, so I was never able to finish the game. So now I can actually go finish it.
This is the East game where it's a party, right?
Yeah, so you swap between Dogi, Adol, and one other person, depending on how far you are in the game. That could be a different person.
East is, for the record, normally Zymtosis, the way you play this game, you rub red hair Adol's face into enemies until they die.
Well, so they kind of abandoned that formula a while ago, and with I think Oath and Felghana is where they started making it more like an action RPG where you actually swing your sword.
Word.
Yeah. Or no, E6, and then Oath and Felghana came after it.
Gotcha.
And then East Origin.
Well, why don't you, Mike, tell us all about how Dark Souls 4 is?
What?
Dark Souls 4. So I played a game, and it was fun. And the game's name is Absolver. And it came out recently. It is published by Devolver? Question mark? I think
Absolver published by Devolver. Hey, that rhymes.
I actually think that's true, though.
I thought the game was like a competitive, like, fight game thing.
Step 1, no, it isn't. And
Not like a
don't
fighting
blame...
game, like just a combat game thing.
It is published by Devolver, by the way.
I do not blame you for thinking that, because the trailers in this game were not super clear as to what you're supposed to actually be doing in it. However, I still wanted to play it because it looked, oh man, it looked like fun. Developer is Slow Clap. And yeah, so basically the best way for me, okay, the combat in this game is not like Dark Souls. The combat in this game is kind of what you described, which is a quote unquote martial arts game, right? So you start the game, you pick a martial arts style, and it's like left click, right click. You basically have basic attack and alternate attack, right? But then the way that you do different moves is you have, aside from just clicking, is you have different stances. So like, and some moves put you in another stance, right? So like I might do a move like I do a karate chop, and then after the karate chop, my back is turned to you. And then when my back is turned, I have different attacks I can do from having my back turned at you. So there's like a level of complexity there. There's blocking. There, you can also have weapons and stuff. There's blocking. There is a basic dodge where you just sort of like, you know, Dark Souls. I hate to just compare it to Dark Souls over and over again, but Dark Souls third person style, like juke out of the way, kind of like Bloodborne actually. And then there is a more complex dodging system, which, I played this game on PC, and I did not use a controller. That was a mistake. If you ever play this game on PC, get a controller to play it with. Because guess what? This shitty dodging system that they have, where you can like jump over kicks and duck under punches and shit like that, and left-right dodge stuff. Guess what? Guess how you do that with the keyboard mouse controls? You move the mouse.
Oh God, what?
So if I want to jump over your kick, I have to move my mouse up in order to jump over your kick.
Wait, hold on. What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It is bad. And then also, so like you always are locked on, camera wise, in a fight for the most part. You don't have to be, and sometimes it's beneficial. I'm sorry, a robot transformer just yelled at me. Megatron just transformed at me, yeah. And so it's possible to like, fucking do all these spooky moves or whatever, but it's real hard to do with a mouse, and it doesn't feel good. And these are pretty key to combat, because dodging stuff with these specific dodges gives you stamina, like your punch power back, so you can punch more. So that felt real bad. But despite that, the gameplay is really good, in my opinion. I thought it was a lot of fun to play. The reason I say this is like Dark Souls is the trappings. So they throw you into this world, and they really give you very little story beat to go on. And you can kind of go in any direction you want after you get out of the tutorial area. And yeah, you can just go to a place and get fucked up real good, because all the guys there are big tough boys, and they don't get hurt very much by your punches. And at the same time, it is, if you are playing in the online mode, I can guess you can play offline, but that's not like the default. If you're playing in the online mode, there are always players who run around this world, and guess what? They can choose to help you or not. So,
it's like Demon Souls.
Kinda. So a great example of this is like, at one point I've been playing for like maybe an hour or two, and I died to some fight, I don't remember what it was, and respawned at, also there are literally like bonfire checkpoints. Anyway, I respawned at this like bonfire checkpoint, and I respawned, and a guy who was way higher level than me came over to me and beat the fuck out of me, like I was a little chump, and he just kicked my ass. And then, the weird part was, then after he kicked my ass, he revived me. So he like picked me back up after he beat the shit out of me, which I don't like get what that does for you to revive them. So because he did that, right? And then he went to go fight some NPCs, like some dudes, and he got in a big fight with like 3 or 4 of them. And I ran up behind and started punching him in the back of the head while he was fighting those guys, and then ultimately killed him back. But then I killed him back, and some other guy saw me kill him, this other guy, and then the other guy started, because he was like, oh, fuck you, you're a player killer, I'm going to chase you. So I didn't even get to pick him up and find out what that does, but Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's kind of wild, and you can choose to cooperate. So like, there's no, just like in Dark Souls, right? There's no, or I guess, did Dark Souls have voice chat? I actually can't remember, but I
No.
don't think it did.
No,
I mean, they had the things you could use to shout, hey.
Right? Yeah. Hello. But
That's basically voice chat.
yeah, there's like emotes, and then there's a thing where you can basically say, "Do you want to cooperate with me?" And if they say yes, then you can like see their health bar, and I think, and you're like teamed up with them. But I think there's still friendly fire even if you do that.
Oh, you signed the blood pact with them, huh?
Yeah. It's real weird. It was a lot of fun. I haven't played that much of it yet, but I plan to play a lot more because I liked it. But it's kind of harsh, like Demon Souls or Dark Souls 1 style. The reason I say Dark Souls 1 specifically is because it's like that feeling of like you get out of the tutorial area and you come to this big cathedral, basically. And then you can just go like 3 or 4 different directions, and they all have a shitload of stuff in those directions. And you might go to the skeleton place. I mean, there's not actually a skeleton place that I know of, but like in Dark Souls, you might go to the skeleton place and get fucked up by skeletons and feel real bad. So I don't know.
Alright, but now let me read you my 35-page thesis on why Dark Souls is a bad video game.
Interesting.
Page 1.
Instead of doing that, let's move on, because I've been talking about this game a lot. And just really quickly say we played Pathfinder on Sunday, and it was fun.
Yeah, we did that. I'm gonna kill Mike, next time, probably. So, you know.
Hey, everyone. So, at this point, you might have noticed that Mark, aka Game Bun, has been missing from the podcast for a while. Well, basically, his internet occasionally shits out, and this was one of those nights. We made the snap decision to just move on until he eventually managed to fix it later, so don't fret. Also, while I've got you here, I'd just like to thank everyone for listening. This episode is coming a little late this week, due to it being my first time editing the whole thing, and Miko being put up in a hotel due to some plumbing-related issues at his house. Nothing to worry about. So, expect future episodes to be uploaded earlier than this, when circumstances permit. I won't try to keep you any longer, so back to the show, and please enjoy.
Hey, let's talk about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, I love my good pure boy. Let's talk about.
You can talk about the other thing first if you want. That's fine.
My good pure boy. How are you? I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. How are you? I'm vegging out again. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Hi.
Do you mean Bubsy?
No, we're never talking about Bubsy. All right.
We already are.
Don't fucking.
Wait, before we talk about Sonic, why did you stop? Is Sonic the reason that did Sonic free you from Todd Awful?
Yeah. No, let's do an update on Oblivion time real quick.
Yeah, please.
Sonic Mania came out, so I am free of Todd Howard's curse.
Yay.
I can leave.
Yeah.
I can leave the Oblivion fuck dungeon.
Did Sonic have the key to the dungeon?
No. Sonic came over and beat the fuck out of Todd Howard, and now I'm here.
Nice.
Poor Todd Howard.
No, don't say poor Todd Howard. He fucking had it coming, let's be honest.
Wealthy Todd Howard.
We all played Sonic Mania. And when I say we all, I actually even mean me.
So
right.
Let me tell everyone how Sonic Mania is a great game, and I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm happy. It's a good game.
You like Sonic Mania? Tell me more about how you like it.
It's a good video game. It's got problems. It's
Yeah,
got
it
problems.
does.
Should we do spoiler stuff?
Dude, fucking whatever, man. It's a Sonic game. What are the spoilers?
All right.
There's an Eggman.
So the octopus boss in Oil Ocean Zone is
spoilers! I haven't gotten there yet.
Because there's a bug that literally makes you just randomly die sometimes, and that was the most infuriating fucking thing. Because if you're standing on the platform, when it goes down, you just die.
That sounds great. That sounds like
Which
a
is
wonderful video
really
game.
fun, because I died like that about 10 times.
So that's cool.
Anyway, Sonic Mania is basically a good Sonic game. And I mean that. Like, it's a good Sonic game. I don't know if there's more after the last stage, if you get all the emeralds and shit, because I haven't done that yet. But, it's good. It's fun. It's like they took the best elements of CD and 3 and made a good game. As far as I can say right now, I wish there were a few more completely original stages.
Yes, that's my main complaint about the game. Is
Because they do have they have quite a few like callback stages, like Stardust Speedway and things like that, which is nice, but it would have been cool to have a few more unique stages.
Yeah, I feel like it leans a little too heavily on the old stuff, and like the new stuff that is there is like really cool. I like it a lot. I wish there was a lot more of it.
It's really like, I like the design, I like everything about it. It's just I wish there was a little more.
Yeah, like if I want to go play old Sonic levels in a new context, like Sonic Generations is already out. I can just go play that.
No, it's not even that. I get that. Like, that's okay to do it. They just should have had a few more levels, because it also feels a bit short.
I haven't finished it, so I'm going to say yeah, probably, but I
I
can't
haven't
say
finished
for sure.
it either.
Well, like, I've spent like 6 hours on it, and I already beat the game without getting all the emeralds, which is kind of
Word.
like short, I guess, but maybe
But did you
that's
beat the
a
game
good
with
thing.
one character, or... 'cause
I did Sonic and Tails. That's what I did so far.
Okay, so you can play in this game as Sonic and Tails, just Sonic, just Tails,
Good boy,
or
Tails.
Nux the Cucks.
Cuckles the fuck kidna.
Cuckold the fuck kidna.
You could fist enemies. You can't, actually.
Actually, I'll talk about my experience after you guys.
So, have I told you about how it's a good game yet?
You like it, and the music is good.
Yes, the music is very, 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 very good.
Miko, what do you think about Sonic?
I enjoy it. I think there are problems with it, like Zimtosa said. But overall, I enjoyed it.
Wait, I'm sorry, Alex. Who said?
Cumtosis?
No, who?
What?
Who? What name? What my name? Good, say the name.
Daddy?
No, that's not the right one.
Papa?
Yeah,
Papa?
doesn't feel so good when people do that to you, does it?
I mean,
yeah.
I don't care, personally, so if you want to start the daddy times again, we could do that.
Oh,
No, I don't. Yeah, so...
What are some of your specific fun times or gripes with Sonic? Mania? Alex?
So there is one boss fight near the beginning where it's like the one with the missiles in the TV zone. That boss fight sucks. I don't actually like that boss fight. It's not good.
The missile one was easy. I don't know what the fuck either of you are complaining about.
Oh, yes, the missile one. Oh, God! Alright.
No, that sucked. That was not good. It's a really cool idea, but like the part where like my momentum jumping forward was not enough to carry me over the missile, like really blew, and I hated it.
Have you tried going fast?
Yeah, because it's
Yes.
making me go fast.
I
That's how the
literally
boss fight
didn't
works.
have the problem, so I don't know.
Maybe that's a problem specific. Well, you're not playing it on the Switch, so maybe not. But
You're playing it on an inferior console, you fucking...
I'm so hungry for Switch games. You have no idea. I own 2 games on the Switch. One of them is Sonic Mania. The other is Splatoon 2. I need video games, please.
That is not Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I already own Breath of the Wild on Wii U.
Well,
There's
what
your
else
mistake.
did you like about Sonic?
That's
Or
kind of
dislike? Okay, I'm going to talk about Sonic now.
Uh-huh.
So, I, as I'm sure have expressed in the past, don't think Sonic is very good and don't have any nostalgia for Sonic.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I bought
Alright,
this game
fuck
in
you.
order to
First
be
of
able
all.
in order to be able to talk about it. But I have played. I think I completed Sonic 2. I believe I completed Sonic 2, and I maybe completed Sonic 3. I don't think I completed Sonic 1.
I did not actually ever beat Sonic 3. I did 1 and 2.
I'm pretty. So I have played those games. It's not like I'm just saying that for no reason. I just don't like them at all. So I I got this game. I purchased this game with my money to play. And yo, first impressions. I was like, man, these menus look really slick. The music is good. I like this animation. All of this is really good. Immediately upon playing it, I suffered what I would call the biggest problem with Sonic games, which is that it plays like a Sonic game. So the problem with Sonic games is that the platforming in Sonic games sucks dick, and you can tell me you like it, and that's okay. And you're allowed to have your opinion, and mine is that it feels slippery and bad and shitty, and I hate it. So, but I didn't give up. I was like, all right, I knew this was going to be the case. I expected this to be the case. So I decided to play more of it. And I got up to... Okay, wait, before I got up to this point, I didn't get very far. I didn't get as far as either of you, I don't think. But, first of all, the bonus games. One of them is one that's directly stolen, I think, from old Sonic games, right? The one where you just are collecting the orbs.
Yeah.
That is legitimately all the same exact levels, too.
Yeah.
It's the same everything in that.
Yeah, it's the same layout.
I don't think that was, like, bad, but also, like, who cares? Like, it's just, they just took it.
Oh, they made it harder because in Sonic Mania it goes faster than in Sonic 3.
Yeah, it starts to go real fast by the end. But it didn't impress me. The other one I liked better than the actual gameplay of Sonic Mania.
Right, now here's the thing. I hate the Emerald stage in this game.
Oh, I love that shit. It's mad fun.
Because it controls really awkwardly and bad.
I'm with Mike on this one. I like the UFO chase a lot.
No,
That is really
it's bad.
So fun.
It's really awkward and floaty and weird, and I don't like it.
They should make a brand new Sonic R. Sonic R2.
No, they shouldn't.
Reloaded.
They really
and
shouldn't.
It controls exactly like that, and you play as all Sonic. I want that. Because that game, that was the most fun I had playing Sonic Mania. Was playing that bonus game.
Sonic R transformed.
Yes, and it looks great. That part of it, the whole game looks good. I'll give them credit where credit is due, right? Everything about the presentation of this game is really good. And that bonus game was no exception. It looks like a fucking Dreamcast game, and that rules. It looks like a bad Dreamcast game, but in a good way, if that makes sense.
No, it looks like a Saturn game.
Oh yeah. That's even better.
They
yeah,
legitimately captured the same look of the Sonic 3D Blast 3D stage.
Yeah,
it's fucking perfect. It's really good. And yeah, it's super fun to play, and they get harder as you go, etc., etc. I enjoyed that part. The part that I got up to in the actual game of Sonic Mania, and I beat it, was the boss that Miko was talking about, which is what zone is that? A casino?
No, it's
Nighttime City
Studiopolis.
TV
Studiopolis.
Fuckwittless. Oh yes, Studio Pulse.
Egg TV.
Yeah, Studio Pulse zone. Egg TV. Yeah, wow, that boss is fucking bad, my dude.
Yeah, and that's the Act 1 boss, and then the Act 2 boss is, like, basically not even a challenge. It's, like, super backwards.
They don't even tell you shit when the boss fight starts. I spent 2 lives just trying to hit the fucking helicopter, and you can't, obviously, because that's not what you do. There's a helicopter, and it launches missiles at you, and you have to jump on specifically the blue missiles.
Yeah, you have to jump on the one that's a different color. Wow. That's crazy.
There's only 2 colors, so I didn't know which one to jump on. So so then I spent a life jumping on a red missile instead, and I died. So finally I figured out pretty quickly what the fuck I was actually supposed to be doing. What color is
Sonic the Hedgehog?
So that doesn't matter.
He's green because he loves to smoke weed.
No,
yeah,
that's Chronic.
So anyway, I finally figured out what I was supposed to be doing, and I was like, all right, I have to jump on the blue missiles and hit the guy. The way it controls like dookie poop. It's a stinky doo-doo fart stain diaper game.
I don't know
bad.
how either of you had trouble with it. I'm gonna be fucking honest.
Sonic already controls like he's fucking running around an oil slick nonstop, and this did not make it better. It made it worse. So I felt like I was fucking oil skating on ice or something. It was torture. And I beat it, but it took me like fucking 10 minutes where it should have taken me probably like 2 to jump on these missiles because I also just had to keep dodging them because the blue missiles just kept being inside of the red missiles when he launched them. So it was just like, all right, well, I can't hit this. Like, I'll just hit both of them and get shit on. So I guess I'll just fucking... It's not even hard. It's just not... It feels bad.
Every time I did it, the blue missiles were always, like, either ahead or last.
Oh, no. They constantly was launching together with the red missiles for me.
Yeah, so they were overlapping for most of the time it was on screen. It was horrible. Also... discussing this real quick, can we not have the concept of lives in video games anymore? Is that like a thing we can get rid of? Because I don't like game overing and having to do an entire level over again.
Yeah, that is what I honestly, like, during Octopus Terrible Time, I really was just like, why do I have to keep doing this entire fucking both acts over again? Because this one boss.
So yeah, Sonic Mania controls like a Sonic game and I hate it. And I'm gonna finish it, even though I hate it. And
have you thought of not playing it if you don't like it?
No, because now it's way too late for me to refund it. And also, I played as solo Sonic for the record, so I'll tell you if there's a difference in the endings because I didn't play as Sonic and Tails.
So I feel like Tails also keeps getting me fucking killed because he'll like grab me and fly with me when I don't want him to. So there's also that.
He only does that if you press a certain button.
I feel like it happens a lot on the Switch, and I didn't hear that complaint from anybody who bought it on the PC. So that might be a Switch-only problem. I don't know.
I purchased a Sonic game to play, so I picked the character Sonic to play in the Sonic game. Because I don't care about no fucking Tails, bitch.
And I played as Sonic too, but I played as Sonic and his good friend Weed Boy.
But yeah, I might play as Knuckles, because he's
you can play as Knuckles and Knuckles if you want.
He doesn't chuckle.
I fucked around with all of the characters a little bit. Tails... the problem with both Tails and Knuckles on their own is you can't do any of the special stuff for the shields. So, like, you can't bounce or do the double jump or anything.
Oh, really? That's
because Tails flies with those buttons and Knuckles glides. And Knuckles glides every time he lands. There's like a 1 second delay before you can move. Which is a bit...
Here's my concern. So, gone are the days of the Sega Genesis where you had limited buttons. You can actually, like...
Yeah, I know,
if they wanted to, they could assign multiple buttons to do different things if they wanted.
Nope, sorry, this is a Sonic game.
Yeah, that is a problem I have where every button on my controller jumps.
Yes, it's like that on the Switch, so don't worry about it. All 4 face buttons just jump.
Like, to do some of the special things, you have to, like, hold the jump buttons, and it's like, motherfucker, there's, like, 8 buttons you could use for this.
Yeah, I don't really understand.
I cannot...
This could have been a little better. There are problems with Sonic Mania, but I think overall it's very good.
Of the Sonic games that I have played that are not the 3D Sonic games, this is the best one so far.
No, the best one is definitely, what the fuck? Sonic Spin Dash. Spinball. What? Yeah,
I can never...
wrong, it's Sonic 4 Episode 2.
It's Sonic Labyrinth.
Alright, I never want to talk about Sonic again. Now. Okay,
I mean, well, so in a while we're going to have to talk about Sonic Forces.
I know.
No, we're going to talk about Sonic Mania again when I fucking beat it.
Yeah, no, I know. But not for a long time.
And to wrap up Sonic time... which Sonic character would you fuck?
You don't want to know the answer to that question because we will be here for a very long time.
The correct answer is all of them at the same time.
Eggman.
Well, yeah, Eggman is part of it, you know.
Now let's move on to our favorite segment.
Don't you try and skip over fucking...
What is the worst thing that you saw on the internet this week? Preface, I won this segment. You can say whatever you want for your choices, but yeah. I found the worst thing on the internet. I'm not even sure I can do the segment anymore because this is the worst thing on the internet, and nothing can beat this ever. So now I just know this exists, and every week I have to watch this, and then say this is again the worst thing that I've seen on the internet.
So now, do we want to close the segment with that, or do we want to open with it?
No, we want to close with that. I don't want to talk about that any longer than I have to.
All right, in that case, mine is not really something I can link to you guys, but I can explain the concept of Skunktember, which
what
is
the fuck?
so
The furry
since
thing,
time
isn't it?
immemorial, furries have been arguing over what theme month September should be, and currently
Wait, why?
they're arguing.
What
Yeah,
the
so
fuck?
Wait, before we
furries
continue,
do theme months about things.
are there many other theme months? Like, give me an example.
Well, so October is Orktober, easy, boom, done. It's one and done. You're done.
An orc is not
Yeah,
what?
orcs are not furries. They're
An
fucking
animal.
fantasy.
Well, I mean, if you type orc into Fur Affinity, you will find a lot of results. I will just tell
Give
you that
me
right now.
an example that isn't a fantasy thing.
Okay, let's see.
Tanuki Vember.
No.
How?
What is
How
it?
is that?
No, just shut up for a minute. I need to think.
He needs to
Let's see.
Jaguari.
No.
think.
No. Okay, whatever. I can't think of any right now. It's.
I
I'm too
like
tired.
that one. That
It's
was good.
11:30 at night. You gotta just let me.
All right,
Just
but
let me
so
explain.
there's multiple of these, but right now we're talking about Skunktember.
Yeah, tell me
Well,
about
so
them
that's one of them. I only typed it in here because I needed a quick one-word thing to remind me what I
Oh
want to talk about.
no!
So I saw people arguing between like 3 different choices. And so Skunktember, which is like I think that one makes the most sense personally. That's just me.
I mean,
Sheptember, like German shepherds, and then Snecktember, like snakes.
all of these are bad.
So furries are a little weird. I don't know.
people are gonna get confused if you do September with Mass Effect, so that's no good.
Yeah, so I keep seeing this argument happen over and over every year, and I don't really understand why it keeps happening.
Also, why can't it just be Snaketember? Why does it have to be Snack?
Because furries.
Actually, it's
That's how they
Sharktember. Duh.
Isn't Shark Week like a Discovery Channel thing?
Oh yeah, what
already?
about
It's like-
Sharktember?
What about Shark Week?
Oh,
Is Shark
no,
Week
you're
a thing for
You can't
furries?
introduce a new September. You're gonna make it worse, please.
All right, hashtag Sharktember.
All right,
No.
if you
Do
want to
it.
vote for Sharktember to be the new furry holiday
Don't
month,
do this to me.
If you
please
watch this
email
podcast-
us at burn down the sandcastle at myspace.com.
If you are listening to this right now, go on Twitter and write hashtag Sharktember into your goddamn tweet
At
Please
Mikolith.
don't.
and
Please don't.
post that shit.
I will block you. I'll block you. I don't even care. Fuck
No,
it.
don't add him. Don't add him. I'll find it.
No, do at and then space Mikolith.
Don't worry, I'll find him. Just give me that hashtag Sharktember, baby. All right. Wow, that's special.
All right. Yeah, so that's what's going on in the world of furries, and I hope you've had the next educational time.
Oh my god.
Oh,
He's
Oh,
shit.
hey,
back.
you're back.
Mark is back. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Hey, Mark.
Let's see how long I last this time. I missed all the Sonic Mania, did I?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you want to weigh in on Sonic Mania real quick, we can backtrack that for a minute.
Hold on.
So I told everyone that Sonic Mania is a really good game and I'm happy, and then Mike started telling me about how dumb I am and that it's actually bad, and he's actually smarter than me and can understand that it's actually a bad game. And,
All this is true.
I'm gonna actually fucking kill Mike at AGDQ, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you... So, just real quick, can you guys, like, kill each other after you get out of my car? Because, like, I don't want to have to be cleaning blood out of the backseat.
Oh no, we all going down together.
Can you double kick him for me, please? Thanks so much.
Yeah. Should
you.
I strangle him or, like, make him drink gin until he dies?
Just make him play Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, no.
All right. What do you think about Sonic Mania? We gotta get
Okay.
through this.
I like it. I'm happy. I got Super Sonic on day 1. I did things.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Alright, you are much better at the game than I am.
Was
It's the
Supersonic
fact that-
cool?
Yeah.
Does it play different music when you're a Supersonic?
Yeah.
Is it cool music?
Yes. It's not like a 5-second loop either.
Does it play Live and Learn?
With the PC version, you could probably mod it to do so.
Oh, wow, I'm gonna do that.
So yeah, have you talked about the whole PC situation yet, or?
Oh, right, the DRM.
yeah.
I totally did not.
So
Bad
they
DRM.
fixed they've technically quote unquote fixed it.
Fixed.
But-
Quotation
Oh, you
marks.
Yeah, do it. We have to just go online once, and then after that, you're pretty much good to go. But the way it works, You can still mod the game. That's still a thing, because the way the game is designed, all the files are separate from the executable. So, people have been doing mods already, and I've seen a couple. Nothing really major yet, but people have done music mods. And what I'm seeing, I think someone has replaced the Supersonic song with the Burning Rangers theme.
Yes.
Nice.
And it fits really well.
Oh, I saw a mod, actually, now that you tell me this, I remembered it. Where instead of being Sonic chasing the UFO in the bonus game, you are the UFO chasing Sonic.
Oh yeah, I posted that earlier.
Oh
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, that was pretty
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, people have been data mining the game and have found some neat things.
Don't tell me.
What do you mean?
I still have to play this shitty game. I might as well get something out of it.
I mean, I double dipped, to be honest.
It's fine. Just don't tell me what the cool things they found are.
Okay, I won't.
But you can tell me the cool things you found.
Okay,
Like
let's see.
Supersonic.
See, Supersonic is alright, and I can tell you the difference between Sonic and Tails Sonic ending. There is no difference.
Oh, don't tell me. Oh, okay, good. Well, alright.
So yeah, you'd be fine.
We were gonna find that out, but I guess I guess there is no difference.
Spoiler alert.
No. From what I saw of the endings, I already know there's not going to be a fucking difference between.
What
these,
about
like-
Knuckles?
Knuckles is about the same. He does have a unique boss, I think. I have not seen this myself. So I'll let you know when I get there.
Yeah, because it seems like Knuckles takes different paths at certain points.
He
in the
does,
game.
because his jump is shittier. He has to take different routes. But there's a specific level where he does like take a different route to fight a different boss that you do. He does have his own unique level as well.
Alright. What is the worst thing that you saw on the internet this week, Game On?
Oh.
While we still have you.
Wait, have we skipped the part where I went to nothing?
Oh!
Oh yeah,
Well-
that's right. I did want to hear about this.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
how about we do worst part of internet quick, and then we end on an actual like high note.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's finish out the worst thing on the internet.
To be honest, though, my worst thing isn't really a bad thing. From when I've seen it, it's a good thing.
Well, that's not... You want the worst thing.
It's the worst thing from a, like, you know,
You're supposed to find
gameplay-
something bad, goddammit! Alright, go
But
on.
I didn't find... It's bad in the fact that it's just a train wreck of, like, a good proportion.
Alright, go on.
So, for another stream, Vinny Vine Sauce, during his charity stream, he made an incentive to play a Sonic game if they you know, donated so much money.
Okay.
He did.
Okay.
So his agreement that he'll play one Sonic game this year.
Only one.
Just the one. He never played a single Sonic game at all, aside from like shitty fan games.
But he's gonna complete it. Whatever it is.
Yes.
Okay.
But he's playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Hey, that's an unsurprising choice.
Oh, are we talking about the Binyet? The Binyet
Yes.
playing the Vidges?
So the thing with Mr. Vinny is that he's always had an issue with Sonic and the fact that he's just played Mario.
Oh, you mean the good one. Mario.
You mean the bad one?
The good platformer.
Mario is a bad game, except for Mario Sunshine. That's the only good one.
He's right. You're right.
Wow, you don't like Mario 3 or Super Mario World. I guess you do have terrible taste. Go on.
Considering I've never played them before because I don't like Mario games.
Oh,
No.
that's your problem right there.
So anyway. So, realizing he's gonna fuck up tremendously, he brought over one of his streaming buddies, Imakuni, who is their noted Sonic streamer for the Vine Sauce group. She would be playing player 2. He would be playing player 1. So let's get this out of the way. He spent about half an hour on Angel Island.
You say that again?
Mr. Vinny spent about half an hour in the first zone.
What?
Don't you
What?
like die if you hit
Half
10
an
minutes
hour?
in Sonic 3?
Are you
He
sure?
died a couple of times.
Yeah.
I did watch some of it, and he was timing out, or almost timing out in like every zone,
Oh my god.
which is like
Yeah,
really amazing, kind of.
Even I know to not do that in the Sonic game.
I'm bad at video games and I don't time out in levels.
Okay. So he has the problem. He's like I said, he's going from a Mario game, which isn't very quick, easy to like figure out, to a Sonic game, which is not his thing. And Sonic 3 is very forgiving.
You just go right though. Like it's not that hard. You just go right until you get.
No,
to
sometimes
the
you have to go left. That's the Sonic trick.
I don't know if it's better or worse, but Sonic 3 is also like probably the best introduction because it's the slowest one, kinda.
Yeah,
It
seriously.
is. It really is.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
He figured it out. By the time he reached Hydrosity, he kind of figured it out. But then again, Hydrosity is a water zone.
I don't know.
So-
I got further than that, and he sure as fuck hasn't figured it out.
Okay, that's true. I feel like Ice Cap is where he kind of figured it out. So as far as stream,
That's
though,
the one I saw last, and he definitely has not figured it out.
Oh man.
There are several highlights in that entire stream. He figured out how to glitch through the wall at Hydrosity on his
Oh yeah,
first
that was
try.
fun. I didn't know you could even do that, to be honest.
Yeah. Sonic 3 Knuckles is very glitchy.
Very,
He just
very
glitchy.
effortlessly phased through the fucking level.
Let's see. Carnival Night, he kept running into things. Like, the problem, he just keeps running right and just runs into everything.
Yeah, I definitely feel like one of the biggest problems with the Sonic games is, they need to back that fucking camera up a little bit.
You need to roll. That's why you have that.
Yes, you also need to remember if you just push down while you're running, you roll. And you could kill the things.
Yeah.
Some enemies you can't jump on.
You must spin to win.
Alright.
But like I said, I wouldn't call it bad because going through, he didn't really hate it. He called it frustrating, but he was having fun at the same time. And seeing his streaming buddy just cackle at everything he does just makes it much better.
Alright.
I only like suffering, so that
So-
makes me angry.
That's kind of a good thing. It was like everyone's having fun kind of thing.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think
even though
I wish I could find the moment because in Ice Cap was something amazing. So there's a part in Ice Cap Act 1, there's a part where you had to go up a couple little like elevators. You had to have enough momentum to push them up. And he kept fucking up.
Uh-huh.
He kept
Yep,
missing the timing of the jump.
that's the last part I saw. That was good.
Yeah. So after about maybe like 10 minutes, about 5 or 6 minutes, he finally gets up there. And he hits there's a couple ice machines that will freeze you and then you take damage and you just kind of fall backwards. Gets up there, gets frozen. He falls all the way back down. Gets confused for a second and hits another one and just dies.
Wow.
And they had to continue. But they were just like cracking up so bad because of the fuck up he just did. They forgot to hit start. So back to the start of the zone.
Bro,
Yep,
no.
that was great.
That was an amazing segment. All it helps that Sonic 3 does have saves.
Yeah, but still.
That was amazing though.
Damn, dude, that's fucked up.
So it's the worst thing for me because he's making so many easy mistakes, but at the same time, I ain't mad.
Yeah, I could see how that would be bad to watch someone play a game you're at least decent at when they're bad.
Like,
at
this
it.
is twice I made this comparison because I don't look very far for awful shit. And I don't try
You should
to.
do that. You should find some. But also, you could just watch me play Sonic if you want to have a bad time.
I mean, just you describing it to me in the Discord was good enough for me.
Yeah, tell me.
I also don't really look for things because on Twitter, I don't know if you know this, but I don't follow a whole lot of people. So my influx of terrible things on Twitter is not very big. But
Yeah, Twitter's
I mean, you could
bad.
just look at a Kotaku article if you want.
yeah, but the entirety of Kotaku is one of the worst
Okay, then
things
I do
I've
have a
read.
worse thing. Then anything related to Overwatch by Kotaku.
Yeah, true. But hit me up, Zumtosis. What's your bad thing?
Alright, so my worst thing is probably hurricane related, and it's the fact that Donald Trump went down there, stood on a fire truck, and said, "Wow, what a turnout. This is a great crowd we got here."
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yep.
this is our fucking sack of meat of a president here. This is who people voted for.
Do you think he knew why he was there?
No, not even a
Vaguely.
little.
And actually, the second worst thing I saw, or actually tied really, was the fact that he offered to donate $1 million to Harvey, even though he spent like $5 million to try and prove Obama was a secret Muslim from Kenya.
Yes,
And,
that's
and
also
it's
true.
just like, that's more important to you, huh?
Well,
Yeah, you know that. You already know that. Like, he's a bad person.
can I ask you a
Wow,
question?
isn't that weird though? It turns out, like, when everyone said like he'd be a shitty president before he got elected, he's a shitty president.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But can I ask you a weird question? Do you think
depends.
that Donald Trump will succumb to Alzheimer's first or get impeached first?
I mean, hearing how he talks, and hearing how my dad talks, they are the same person, to be honest. I'm convinced, because I don't think they genuinely know what they're saying most of the time.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he does, you know what I mean? It kind of seems like he's off in his own...
Like, a lot of people
thing.
probably look at Trump and are like, man, I can't believe he talks like that. Who talks like that? And I live with someone who is fucking like that. And it's just like, I genuinely think something's wrong with both of them, because I don't know how they can say these things and hear things and then forget them and make shit up like they do.
Yeah.
I have legitimately had my dad talk about how if you put styrofoam in the microwave, you'll get styrofoam cancer, and if you drink too much Coca-Cola,
What?
and if you drink too much Coca-Cola, you'll get Coca-Cola cancer. And he says these things legitimately, and I don't know what to say.
Wait, has he ever put styrofoam in the microwave before?
It's those like instant noodle kind of
yeah,
things that come in them that you're supposed to put in the microwave. And one time we did that, and he was just like freaking the fuck out, saying like, if you do it, you're gonna get styrofoam cancer.
What?
What?
And I'm just like,
What?
my dude, what are you talking about?
Oh my god, that's perfect. Wow.
Oh, I could tell you many things about my dad, but I think we should have that our own segment, because that would be a long thing.
Shit my dad says. Putting styrofoam in the microwave, sad.
Oh, God, okay.
Okay.
Alright. So, moving on to the actual worst video that has ever been created.
I
in
found the worst
history
thing
of
on the
mankind.
internet the other day.
So, you want to give a little context?
Yeah, here's the context. I watch bad things on YouTube
Yeah, you do.
sometimes. And
Sometimes?
sometimes I watch good things on YouTube too. I just also watch bad things. And sometimes I link things to people also. And recently I have been watching... He's not divorced, I don't think, right? I think we've determined that he's not. I've been watching these videos of a dad on YouTube. And
A dad, huh?
Oh, he's so much more than a dad.
So this guy, all right, the channel is Eric Surf 6. And this guy is just, he's such a dad. And he's like really, like that's, I think that's actually a good descriptor.
Laughing.
Yeah, he's such a dad. And originally, if I think, because I've done some research, quote unquote, and I've watched the videos. This channel started as like, okay, so he surfs, I guess, and like kind of does like stunt things and magic tricks and shit.
Is he trying to be the cool dad?
Yeah.
Is he good at these things? Or is it like depressingly bad?
Okay, I think he's actually good at surfing because one of his gimmicks, I believe, for surfing is that he surfs in a business suit. So
What?
I don't know, and I don't know.
Right, so he is literally surf dead.
Maybe. Well, the channel's name is Eric Surf 6. Anyway, this dad surfs and Surf Daddy, and
No.
Daddy, why are you all wet, Daddy?
Surf Daddy of Light.
This podcast is over. Goodbye.
Well, I just got back.
And okay, wait, I need to get through this. All right. So, at first it was that, and then his channel became like a food thing where he goes and he eats. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. It's all so jumbled in my mind. This dad speaks in English and is from America. You could look, or well, he's of European descent. You can look at him and see that, right? But he lives, it appears, in Japan. And so he is a dad. He actually is a dad. So he has kids in Japan. And his kids are Japanese. They look Japanese. And as we found out, because we kept questioning who is filming these videos of him eating Japanese food and reviewing them, it's his wife. His wife is filming them. And she never talks or eats anything, which is weird. But
It's a little weird.
It's weird, especially when you consider that in a lot of the videos, it has him and his kids in it. So him and his kids will be eating, and she's just not, and she's filming it anyway.
Yeah, so he'll call his kids by their internet names, and his wife will not say anything.
Right.
It's freaky as hell.
He refers to them by their internet names when they're
What do you mean
when they're
internet names?
like
What kind of internet names we talking about? Like
what's
Sephiroth, Weed Lover, XXX?
yeah, but
I wish.
I wish I could remember what it was. Isn't it one of them like I'm the daddy or something? Well, it is, right?
No, I don't
The
think
daddy
so.
is definitely a bad one.
Something. So one of them's like something brain or I don't know. It's something like that. Anyway, he refers to their kids by their internet names, and he has 2 kids, and one of them's older, and the older kid, I wouldn't say he's like into it, but he participates, and
he doesn't mind.
He doesn't mind, and he does it when they do the food review stuff. The other one is younger, and he visibly hates it. It makes him very upset, and he doesn't like talking. He doesn't want to talk on camera, and he doesn't like it.
It's good parenting to force your children to do something they don't like.
Yes, and this is just the premise for this channel. This is not even the bad video. So there's a ton of these videos, and go watch them if you want, man. I can't stop you. I watched them because I'm a bad person. I wanted to find out more, and I get joy out of watching them. He's not even terrible in terms of and he's not even terrible in terms of production quality or anything. Like it's not. They're not. They're just. He's just such a dad, and it's not. And like the reviews are like the way that he reviews stuff. Like he's just like, yeah, this is good. Like it's salty.
He doesn't describe the food. He's like,
he's not like, wow, this has a very oregano-y
No.
aroma and a fine texture. He's just like, wow, that's a good food.
I like these potatoes. Salty.
So the first video that you showed me of this guy, he goes like, "This is the best damn chicken sandwich I've ever fucking had," and that was his review. That was the whole thing.
And it was from this chicken sandwich he had was an onion bread he bought from a convenience store and a chicken patty he bought from a convenience store. And the onion bread was gigantic, and he wrapped the chicken.
Yeah, so he folded the loaf of onion bread in half with the chicken in it. It was so... Oh my god.
Too much bread.
This fucking video is gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. Anyway.
But this is all just... None of this matters, man. This is just, that's just the setup, my dude. Because the video that I found is him... I think this is YouTube headquarters in Japan, circa 2016. This is not that old of a video, okay? This came out in 2016, this video. And it's titled Worst Ramen Shop, all caps, ever. Eric Mealtime number 123. And... So, this is not a food review video. This is one dad going in to a fake ramen restaurant run by another dad who's also a magician and reacting to the magician doing bad magic and dad pranks on the other dad for 16 minutes. And I almost died 5 minutes in watching this, but finished it. So if you can finish this video too, I'll be very impressed with you.
All right,
because
wow.
It's torture watching this video.
I watched about 20 seconds of that. And once the guy said, "Hey, dude," that's when I just had to stop. After the Eric dad definitely fell, not on purpose. Definitely just fucking fell.
Let me hit you with some of the sick gags that happened during this this exchange. So the first one of the first gags is he asks for ramen because he is at a ramen shop, right? So what does he do? He goes into the ramen pot. The magician guy, who's also a ramen chef, who's also a dad, dips into the ramen pot with like, I don't know if you've ever seen ramen served in Japan, but they have these like big baskets, nets that they pull the noodles up in, and it drains them, and they throw them in the bowl, and then they throw the broth in, right?
Yeah, it's called a pasta strainer.
Yeah, well, but they look different than a regular pasta strainer, yes. But anyway, it's this big net, and he digs into the big old ramen pot and brings the net out, and then pours onigiri into a bowl, which is just rice balls, and that's it, guys.
Here in America, we call them jelly donuts. Actually,
Wait, Wait, he put some ramen? Was it at least good ramen, or did it look
No.
kind of bad?
No, there's no ramen in this video.
Oh.
So at another point, he's like, "Oh, that's not ramen. Well, can I have ramen?" And then this is shortly after, and the guy walks over and he goes to a wok, and he's like moving his spoon around the wok, and then he walks over and he puts an orange in a bowl, and then he puts another orange, and then he puts a bunch of bananas in the bowl. And Eric thinks all of this is fucking hilarious, by the way. He's cracking up at this. And then Eric also like eats the bananas. Like he eats. Like he's clearly was hungry before this shoot is the really weird thing about this. Cuz this is obviously supposed to be like this stupid fucking shitty magician guy doing pranks. But Eric's still hungry, so he's just like eating all this shit that the magician is pranking out for him. And yeah, and there's just the magician refers to an old Eric Surf video in which Eric Surf does some shitty trick with a pencil, and then the magician says, "I can do it better," and he also does it. And that's like a skit. That's a moment in this video.
So this is like a cross promotion of the brands kind of thing.
Exactly, and there's a moment where he this was like slightly more impressive. I don't know how you do this, but he like instantly quote unquote solves a Rubik's cube. He like throws it up in the air and it's solved, and then Eric goes, "Oh, could I buy that?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll sell it to you," or whatever. And he just literally takes like $200. The guy says like, "I need money," or I don't remember how much he says. $90. He takes $90 out of his wallet and gives it to him, and that's how the skit ends. That he does that.
That seems like a hustle more than a skit.
You want to talk about a hustle? The guy literally does the fucking cups thing that the guys on the street do with the cups with fake sushi and ramen bowls. Shell game, yeah. So he basically does that. So, yeah, this video's something. What was the thing with the cheeseburger? He's doing the shell game, and he's like, "There's always one sushi under here," because he lifts it up, he takes all the sushi out, and then he goes, "Nope, how many sushi are in here?" He goes, 3 sushi. And he goes, "Nope, there's only one sushi in here, and there's one of the sushi's in there." And then at the end, it's a cheeseburger, and he just and it's like a cheeseburger from like McDonald's, and he just hands it to him, and then Eric starts eating it. So I think I died.
Yeah, honestly, while you were first trying to explain this, I was thinking that this is what finally breaks Mike. This video has broken Mike.
So when Mike saw this video, because I had already watched a couple of these Eric Mealtime videos with him. By the way, I don't know. Did we say Eric Mealtime? Did we say that?
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yes.
Okay, I forgot because that was a long video explanation.
Yes.
You started private messaging me on Discord, be like, "Holy shit, we're gonna have to cancel this segment because I found the worst thing on the internet."
Yeah, you just kept bombarding us.
You were panicking.
The end skit of this is the magician guy puts a funnel into his pants, and he puts a Japanese coin on his forehead, and then he drops the coin into the funnel, and then he's like, "Now you do it." And so Eric does it, and what does he do? Of course, the prank is you pour water into the funnel, and it goes in their pants, and it gets their underwear wet. Eric doesn't, I think, realize that he's supposed to react to this and have a joke, so he doesn't react. He basically just almost doesn't even notice it. And then after he's like, "Oh, I guess my pants are pretty wet, huh? Something feels weird here." And then he just starts undressing, and he just takes his pants off.
Is this like some surreal Tim and Eric skit gone wrong?
And you can see him in his underwear. His underwear is wet, and they censor it a little bit. And the magician wasn't prepared for him to do that, so the magician doesn't even know what to do with this anymore. And yeah, this whole video is a living nightmare. And I'm so sorry that I ever went down this rabbit hole and found this. And don't watch it. You watch any other video on that channel. Please do not watch this. Yep.
It'll be in the show notes.
I think it'll be in my related videos from now on. Thanks, you fuck.
So I'm done, dude. I'm done. I'm fucking done.
I mean, as we learn from time and time again, we'll find worse things on the internet.
Nope. This is it.
Well,
the only way this could have been worse is if it had a Sonic OC character in it. Speaking of video games, really quickly, let's just hit the good topic because I want to hear it before we get to emails and finish this thing out.
Yes.
Because we're already over 2 hours, so hit us up.
Oh my god, we are. You're right. Keep going.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, okay, Nintendo. So, the reason why I'm so exhausted today, after work, I did a couple of things. I went to a Best Buy because they were having... So Nintendo's doing the World Championships again. They did this 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And John Numbers had destroyed everyone.
Yeah.
You know, Reggie got destroyed by, what was it?
Fuck Reggie.
Hungry Box?
Yep, Hungy.
Yeah. So what they do is that I think it's like 8 different Best Buy locations. They'll have kiosks where you have to just like do this trial, and the top person in that group will go to the World Championships. I think in the end of the year.
That's pretty cool.
So the last time I did this, it was India's Remix.
Oh,
because they had a mode specifically made for that.
Right.
And I did okay. It was because it was Mario Brothers 1, Mario Brothers 3, and Dr. Mario.
Okay.
And this year it was Mario Kart 7.
But obviously, you didn't go to the World Championships last year, for the record, right?
You didn't have one last year.
Okay, all right.
It was 2 years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, so there was 2 groups. You had one for 12 and under, which you had to be Mario and had to like get the best time in a specific level.
Mm-hmm.
And the 13 up, where you had to play as Bowser on Bowser Castle 1 for the GBA.
GBA Mario Kart?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
you know how Mario Kart has like retro levels?
Yeah.
It's the Bowser Castle from the GBA version.
So it's Mario Kart 7, GBA.
Yeah, so it's
Bowser's
Mario Kart
Castle.
7, but the track from Super Circuit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, we're given 2 tries to see if we can get like a good time. Well, first you have to go to like register and get that other kind of crap, and then line up. Because like they get like 10 or 15 people at a time.
Right.
So I went there like early. Like I went there around because it started at 10. Went there around like a little after 11 o'clock.
Okay.
So it was about maybe like 20 people in front of me, more or less. People bringing their 3DSs. Some people brought their Switches. Good fun. So anyway, automatically just walking into the Best Buy, there was already a score of 115, which is like I think the world record is like 111.
Whoa.
For this track. So someone there are already being like, because it was 114, and then second place was like 117.
So there's already stiff competition.
Mm-hmm. So I had done a little bit of practice the night before, and I got about 124.
Not bad.
Which is like, it's not bad for like having not played Mario Kart 7 in God knows how long.
Right.
So going in, I did fine, because like there's a specific ramp in that level which you have to do to get like a good time, because if you miss it, then you're pretty much fucked. It's a pain in the butt. So in the end, I got about 123. That was my best time. So I didn't do great. I didn't make the leaderboards, but I had fun. That's not the point here. So after that, they have specifically mentioned on the website that if you go to this thing, they have Mario Odyssey and Metroid Samus Returns playable as well. So
very nice.
This is where most of my time went, because after that, I think it took like an hour between registering, lining up, and then playing Mario Kart.
Right.
So the line for Mario Odyssey and Metroid was like another hour and a half. It felt like an hour. I think like 40 minutes, to be honest.
It's still a long time when you've already stood in a line for an hour.
How long did you get to play for that, waiting in a line that long, is my first question.
Okay, I thought my chin was going to die again. So me, in the meantime, I played with some dudes in line with, like, Puyo Puyo, some brought their Switches.
Oh, yes.
We played some Mario Kart. Like, actual Mario Kart 8, just, like, playing on the Switch. Just like, in line.
Right.
It's pretty neat. So, you have about 20 minutes to play both. Well, so how it works is that...
20 minutes for both? That's not enough time.
Because they have to make things go. So it's 10 minutes. So they put you in the Metroid key area first. You play 10 minutes. It's the full game, but you play 10 minutes from the beginning, from the Samus ship all the way to how long.
Where's the full game? That's cool.
But it feels weird because you play with you control Samus with the control pad. Okay, so Samus, D-pad, you control Aeon Power with D-pad. So it is. Okay. It feels weird. Because I try to duck and shoot enemies, and I'll keep pressing forward and keep running. Oh. So I probably have to get used to it after a while. And, okay, so wall jump is weird in this game. You just press, you somersault to a wall, you just press the jump button again next to it, and she does the wall jump automatically.
Oh, automatically. Whoa, that's...
Well, you have to press the button again next to a wall, and it just does it. You don't have to press jump in the opposite direction anymore, It's just jump.
That's still a big change, because that's like mechanically hard, less hard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So anyway. So I mean, for the most part, it feels like playing a handheld Metroid game, like Zero Mission Fusion. You hold R, press the shoot button, missiles, pew
exactly
pew pew,
what
and
I
all
wanted
that.
to hear.
And then enemies are a lot more aggressive because I kind of haven't figured out how to do parries at the parry yet. So they flash and then they attack you. You have to press the melee button and then you can start hitting them, or you just shoot them as you want.
Right, and
So
you get a parry, which, aka, you don't get hurt.
That's the melee button.
Yeah. There's a melee button in the Metroid game.
Yeah. But it's the melee, it's the parry. That's the thing you need to know. It's the same thing. Anyway. So I didn't find a Metroid. Okay. I mean, they did the cutscene, then it stopped, then they moved us over to Mario Odyssey kiosks. I didn't get very far in Metroid because I ended up getting lost a few times.
Oh, okay.
So you will get lost. I'm just being a dumb.
Well, that's a Metroid game. You get lost, yeah.
Good. So Mario Odyssey. So they had us control it like a Wiimote nunchuck, separate, because you can use motion control to shoot Mario's hat. Because
you could actually toss the hat. Fuck
you do like an actual hat. You actually you're throwing the hat. It'll actually throw the hat.
Dude, I can be Rocco Bate in real life. Yes.
So if you just like swinging with one of the Joy-Cons, it just throws it. If you do it at the same time with both your hands, it'll like stay in motion for a while.
Ooh.
You can do this for you doing up or down or left or right. So you have different motions.
Also, those hats all over the place.
Mm-hmm. So they only had 2 levels in the demo. They had New Donk and the desert.
Okay.
I went for the desert because I want to try to see if I get to the boss. And you only had 10 minutes, so I tried hurrying up.
The bun boss.
Yeah, the bun boss. Because I felt like maybe the Joy-Con, the left one was having a problem because I kept trying to hold up. You can like move your slave to the right or left. It could be because the level is just it's a bunch of hills, it's sand.
Mm-hmm.
So controlling Mario, it feels a lot like Mario. It's like it felt like Galaxy a couple of times.
Okay.
You have a little more freedom. I kept trying to do like how in Galaxy if you swing the remote you have a little bit of extra jump.
Yeah,
I kept trying to do that. I realized, that you just throw the hat now.
So it didn't feel like Sunshine. Like you can't like movement wise. It was much more like a
Galaxy.
Okay.
I also kept trying to do the dash in Mario 64 as well. I realized, it's not there yet.
Okay. So pretty basic Mario movement then, or
you have basic. You do have a triple jump. You have the you do have it's like Mario 3-star running if you go fast enough.
Oh, okay.
If you do have the long jump as well.
Oh, you do have the long jump from 64.
Yeah.
And you have the backflip, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The flip is there. I didn't use it as much. I keep forgetting it was there. But they have like you saw in the trailer, they have the roll. You can roll around.
Oh right,
you just duck and then you swing the Wii ball that you throw in the hat and you start spinning. You start rolling. And it has physics. That's the thing that caught me off guard. So like if you're running down the hill, it feels like it has physics. Like because you're like the area I stopped at with the Moy head with the Moy head with the sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
There's a segment where you have to use that. You have to possess it to try to find these moon coins.
Mm-hmm.
And the review is like hidden areas, so you walk around. So once I was trying to find them, I kept rolling because it's faster, and I was near the edge, and I realized, I'm going to die because it's just literally just rolling me off the edge. You don't have that much control when you're rolling.
Oh, weird. So you have momentum, Sonic style.
Kinda.
Gotcha.
So Mario's now Sonic the Hedgehog.
So it's kind of weird, I was able to see myself a couple of times, because if you do the hat throw, you do have a bit of a float to it. Like, you do have some airtime with it. So that's really weird. But
okay.
Trying around, I did enjoy the 2D segments where you just go into, like, Super Mario Brothers style.
Right.
That's around. I did love possessing the Bullet Bill.
I was going to say, did you possess anything weird aside from classic enemies, or like?
Nah, I was trying to book it to the boss as I can,
yeah.
But you take a while.
10 minutes is not enough time.
Mm-hmm. Well, they give you 2 options. You can just either play the game normally, which is the sand level, or just explore, which is the New Dog. This is why I wish I couldn't play New Dog because it's a human. I want to see what it will do. I didn't think about it at the time.
Still, that's pretty dope. Overall impressions, good.
I want to play more Metroid, get the hang of it, because I never beat Metroid 2. So this is technically my first time beating it, if I were to play it.
I love the GBA Metroid game, so I'm super excited for this new
I
Metroid.
do too.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention with the L button. Because you know, like an L in the GBA ones, you're like diagonals.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in here, the diagonal is gone. It's more like free range. But you go to a standstill. That's the big.
But you can shoot anywhere, right? Yeah, I think I saw that.
Oh, they kind of added the thing from Prime where you like have to aim, but in 2D.
You have free range, but you are completely still. You can do it. But if you just walk around, shoot, you do have just down, up, and then duck shooting. No problem.
Right.
I just wonder if I can remap the Aeon abilities and the movement, just swap them. I think D-pad just feels a lot more natural to me.
And overall Mario impressions?
It's me, Mario.
Nice.
Nice.
Mario comes out in a month and a half. I'm excited for it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the Mario. I'm ready for New Donk.
Damn, that's soon.
I'm hungry for Switch games personally, so I'll play whatever. I don't fucking care.
My question is, when does Metroid Prime come out on PC so I can play it?
Never.
Do you have Dolphin? Yeah, we got a Dolphin.
Oh.
With Metroid Prime 1.
Hey, we made it through that segment.
I do have one more thing.
Uh-huh.
So, there was a Mario there. I mentioned this earlier.
Oh, there was a Mario
yes.
there.
Yes,
there was physically a Mario in your location.
Like the Mario.
Like some dude in an official Mario outfit.
No, that's it's not an outfit. It's Mario. That's just Mario.
Was it the green Mario? It wasn't the green Mario, right?
It was the red Luigi.
Oh shit!
Someone committed the ritual and summoned Mario forth to our plane.
Mm-hmm. So when I was in line outside, Mario had popped out from the Best Buy. He had just bought a Sony TV, and he wanted to show it to us.
Mario had just bought a TV.
How well do you think Mario gets paid for plumbing the Mushroom Kingdom? I guess pretty well, right? He's buying TVs.
Yeah.
Yo, I met Mario and he wanted to show me this cool ass TV he just bought.
How much do you think Mario's appearance fee is?
That's a good question. I should probably ask him that. I should have asked him.
Exactly the price of a TV.
So, you know the meme going on with Luigi at the moment, right?
No, there's no memes.
Don't lie to yourself.
Year of Luigi, is that still going on?
No, Luigi dabs.
It's the year of Luigi right now.
Luigi dabs. That's it.
Right, Luigi.
That's all there is to it. He dabs.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, no, I did see that.
Yeah, Mario. Yeah, Mario dabs.
So Mario also dabs. You're telling us?
Mm-hmm. He dabbed to us. He gave us.
Did he really dab at you?
Yeah.
Did you beat him up after?
So in real life, Mario canonically does dab.
Yes.
All right. How do we set Mario on fire?
Wait, is Mario's hat a fidget spinner?
Oh no.
Oh wait, no. Wait,
Mario's hat is a fidget spinner, and he dabs.
He's a millennial.
Is Mario a millennial?
Wait,
he's a millennial.
He has a hipster mustache.
What if Mario is actually friend of the show Dryson?
Wait.
Wait. Okay, that would make more sense then. Because
Mario has a low-paying job, a hipster mustache, a fidget spinner on his head, and he dabs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's Dryson.
Okay, there's just one missing piece of this puzzle. We need to find out if he likes avocado toast. So, like, who can we ask about this? Is there like a resource I can go to? What do I do?
Look, just tweet to Nintendo America. They'll probably answer it for you.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna do this right now, and we're gonna come back to this.
I have a question about avocado toast. Who the fuck actually eats that?
People who like avocado.
Me?
Yeah, but why would you want avocado on dry ass toast and that's it?
Because you salt it and it makes the toast not dry anymore.
Yeah. So So back on Mario. So I feel like my favorite thing about the whole thing is that pretty much before I thought to play the kiosk stuff. So he was taking pictures with the crowd because he's a good guy. That Mario.
He was dabbing. Yeah.
It was like taking pictures with like some family. This little girl, poor little girl, sees Mario and freaks out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Mario's a scary Italian man.
She wasn't ready to see Mario in real life?
So, like, Mario goes, like, behind the shelves, the televisions and stuff. And next thing that me and this guy I was next to here is another scream from a child.
Oh. Bad touch, Mario.
Mario is just very spooky.
Well...
And that's the last time I saw Mario for today. He just kind of
Alright.
I don't trust that, Mario. We need to finish this podcast.
Yes, we do.
That
Please.
I am done.
Okay, so emails. We're just gonna move right along into emails. It's podcast at burndownthesandcastle.info. I threw out a topic on Twitter because the quality of the emails that we have been getting is not very good. People just keep shit posting constantly.
You read me a bad email? I didn't send in an email this week, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't either.
So Great Joe, please stop. Please, you're killing me. You're making my life way more difficult than it needs to be. Yeah, so Great Joe's just been sending me nonsense. But I put out a topic, which is, what's the worst thing you overheard at school? And I got 3 responses.
Oh, wow.
So that's, considering I didn't think we were going to do an episode this week. I thought we were going to wait, and you're like, oh, we're going to do one this weekend. I'm like, oh shit, well, I need to put this topic out. So... Okay, so I'm going to just go through these real quick, and then I'm going to do mine, and then I think, Mike, you have one too?
I have one.
Okay, so, okay, so this is from Frenda, who said, one time a guy at school was talking about how he was picking his friend up for class, and he waited outside for 10 minutes, and he went into his house to see what was up. And he found him having fallen asleep after jerking off to a bunch of hentai that he went on to describe in detail that I won't.
That's that's a pretty
That's
good
not really...
one.
Hey, at Frenda, I need you... Hey, can you...
It's not really over in here and at school, but that does fit how bad it is.
Yeah.
Hit me up with a DM at Rick Rolls Royce. I just need to hear about what kind of hentai we're talking here.
Because I know Frenda,
No reason.
I don't think she will do that. So.
How many eggs were involved in the hentai?
That's
Just 3.
Good. I like that in a bad way. All of this.
Oh my god.
Alright, next one.
Okay, so this one is also from Great Joe, and I think it might be a shit post. But if I read one, he'll stop shit posting and send me serious answers.
No,
So-
it won't. It will encourage him.
Okay, well, either way, Great Joe says, Zomg, but like sounded out, not spelt, so like Zomg.
That's bad.
Which is like that's the most 2005 thing I've ever heard in my life.
That is some fucking mid-2000s ass shit.
This
Yeah.
isn't mine, but I knew someone who used to also say, what is it, glomp? Is that the word?
Oh yeah, I knew people like that.
That reminds me of that exactly.
Yeah, those people are no longer doing that.
I know someone
thankfully.
that says memes as Mei. So that's pretty fun.
I think saying that is a meme.
No, they're not that smart. They are a dumb person.
I would have liked to have known with this email in what year this happened, but
Also,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever really heard the word glop in a while.
I've never heard that one, actually.
I've gone to anime cons. I've heard it once.
so they were big into the con scene and cosplaying, so that's why.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
okay.
people got in trouble because they got really creepy.
Because it's just
It's just surprise.
Just don't do that. Just
it's
don't
a-
do that.
Alright,
I mean,
next terrible thing.
Okay, so this one comes in from HT, Honorable Thief on Twitter. You may know him.
Hi.
He also does a podcast. You should check it out if you like cartoons. Anyway,
I do like cartoons.
yeah, so if you like cartoons,
Especially
you can check
hentai.
out his podcast at Toontown Public Works. Go check that out. So, email from HT reads, Hi Miko and not Mikos. It's been a while since I've been to school, but I have a few dumb school stories of things people tried to tell me about. 1. A kid telling me about how he had a game chart that let Gyarados kill you by melting your skull in Pokemon Snap, and then let you fuck
What?
Misty in Pokemon Blue,
Oh,
and
hell
encounter
yeah.
you afterwards. Okay, 2. A kid telling me his dad makes GameCubes, and then when I asked if he could give me one, his dad blew up.
Like, physically?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. My teacher insisting that there is no such thing as a shark that gives live birth and got me in trouble for insisting that it is a thing.
Wow.
Oh, I had a teacher like that literally wouldn't accept that something they said was wrong.
What do they think happens? They birth the sharks dead?
Well,
What?
most fish lay eggs.
Okay.
Right, but sharks are fucking not most fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But
This is what we call a
I
dumb
want to end this
teacher.
podcast, please. Stop. Okay. My school life was a living hellscape, so I probably repressed a lot of horrible things worse than this, but these are fresh in my mind. Okay. End of email.
So, Mike, what's yours?
No, Miko has one.
Oh, Miko
Yeah,
has
so,
one.
for those of you that don't know, I just finished at County College, which is bad. Sussex County College is not a good school. Just
You've told
throwing
me
that out there, and the people who attended are very, very weird.
You're transferring. It's
so
so bad.
Yeah, I'm transferring because it's a 2-year school, and I have to transfer
And
to get
also,
my degree.
it's bad.
It's also very bad. So I'm going to NJIT, but at Sussex, in the cafeteria, I overheard two things that I think stand out to me the most. The first one is in the last 2 weeks that I was at this school, so this is very recent, I heard somebody say that they're a monarchist and that they believe that capitalism has failed so badly that we need a king. And I just, was so fucking dumbfounded I had to leave the room.
Can I be the king?
No, you can't be the king.
Can I?
Because
Can I be the queen?
No.
What about the green Mario? Can he be the king?
No, the green Mario cannot be the
Alright,
king.
I'm gonna become the queen, and calling Alex daddy is gonna be law.
Can Bowser be the king?
Oh,
he's
boy.
kind of already the king.
The fuck is this?
Will you be Bowser's
Yeah,
prince
so-
if he's the king?
Define prince.
Will you be his princess?
His fuck buddy.
That one.
Alright.
Yes. Okay, the second thing that I have heard was, this was fall 2015. I was with my buddy John, who now goes to NJIT, so I'm gonna catch up with him when the semester starts. So we were just hanging out, we're talking about whatever, and we overhear somebody at the table next to us, we missed most of the context, but we heard the sentence, I write / erotic fiction, and he started laughing so hard that he had to go outside, and he was out there busting up for 10 minutes before he came back in. It was fucking amazing.
Erotic fiction?
I'm glad they had to clarify that.
Well, not everybody knows what slash is. Otherwise, they might think they're talking about Guns N' Roses.
You should tell people that at school. Just I know we're all adults here, but you don't have to tell people that out loud with your mouth in a public place.
Let me just wear this Naruto
this is the
headband.
cafeteria, so there's people around.
Maybe they're proud of their work, they put a lot of work.
You can be proud of your work and also not tell me that in public.
Hey,
that's fine.
50 Shades of Grey is slash. Anyway.
Mike, what's yours, bad one?
Mine is, I have two, and they're both from college. There was a kid who was in my grade when I was there, briefly, who ended up being called Chibli because he went around and wrote the word Chibli on everyone's whiteboards the first night that he was there. But that's not the overheard thing. The thing that I overheard was one time I heard people talking about Chibli, and I actually knew him. His real name is Rob. But I overheard people talking in the courtyard as I was walking to my dorm, and they were saying, did you hear? What? Chibli they were like, Shibli's doing drugs or whatever in his room. He does drugs all the time. But he's like, oh, like what? And she was like, oh, what's it called? The thing that Chinese people in the 1800s did? No.
Opium?
Yes, thank you.
What,
Opium.
he was doing, fucking...
What?
He was smoking opium?
And I literally walked over and I was like, what? And they were like, oh yeah, he was smoking opium. And I was like,
actual opium?
Yes,
Where the
like
fuck
opium.
do you get opium?
Dude, I don't know. Anyway.
Isn't that more expensive than any of the other opiates you could fucking buy, too?
Yeah, it is.
I don't
it is actually.
know.
So
Maybe.
I actually at one point asked him about this, and we had a conversation about it. But that's not the point. The point is that he did in fact smoke opium, and people found out about it. Anyway, the other thing is there was a kid who went there. There was a kid who went to my college who used to be a semi-pro Halo player.
Good. This is already good.
He liked to do nitrous, like a lot of it.
What do you mean?
And one night, I overheard this story, and I overheard this because he got expelled, and nobody knew why. So I overheard people from the dorm that he was in the cafeteria talking about it. And what they were talking about was, so apparently what happened is he did a bunch of nitrous, walked out of his room, wrapped a t-shirt around his hand, punched through the vending machine glass, took a bunch of candy out, walked back to his room, ate a bunch of candy, and then passed out, hit his head on the side of his dresser thing in the room that everyone had, and then passed out on the floor. And the reason that he got expelled is because they found out he did it, and he was the culprit of breaking the vending machine, not because there was a camera. Oh, no. That would cost too much money. They found him because, this was in a school in Maryland, too much money. They found him because there was a trail of blood from the vending machine all the way back to his room from his hand, which obviously a t-shirt, not great protection when you're breaking glass, and definitely not good enough to protect him all the way. So, yeah, he cut his hand up, and they followed the blood trail back to his room, and then found him passed out on the floor around a bunch of candy. He got expelled.
Alright, good. I'm glad.
Okay, well.
And that's my story.
Gamebone, Mark, do you have any?
I've been so frustrated today with the internet that I kind of blanked out, so...
That's fine.
Alright. I got two I can do quick. These are actually bad. Hi, I go to a ghetto school. I did go to a ghetto school. Not a good school.
If this is going to be really bad, don't say it.
No, the thing in high school was someone got shot because, apparently security is really bad at not letting 30-year-old gang members into the school.
Yeah.
Just some guy that doesn't go to the school. They just let him in after school hours while there's a basketball game going on. And a kid got shot in the leg, I think. And he sued the school for, at least $1 million, and I'm glad he got the money.
But also, now that school is even worse. Got him.
Oh, God. The second one was in middle school earlier, and, our school used to have a, abandoned building in front of it for some reason. That was definitely, probably a crack shack, if I had to guess. And over the PA system one day, they just started the day by telling everyone that 2 people dressed as police officers raped a 14-year-old in there. And then they bulldozed it down finally, because I guess that's what it took.
Nice. Ending on a high note here.
I wish I had a school where dumb shit like that was the worst, but instead I go to a terrible fucking place.
Yeah.
Can someone get me off the island, please?
No. And that does it.
And on that high note, that very good note.
Podcast over. We've been going for like an hour longer than I was expecting to.
Or wanted to, or needed to, or...
Yeah, so we're done.
Just call it the deluxe edition, and it'll be fine.
Just don't forget to remember what's the best, fries or nuggies.
No, don't. The best thing is nugs, and don't forget where to email us next week. I think really quickly before we finish, Miko, give me a topic for next week so that people can just have.
I don't have
right
one.
Now.
I don't know.
Okay.
Do you have a topic? Throw one out.
All right. Here's a topic. What animal would your Sonic OC for Sonic Forces be, and why? Email us at.
That's fine.
Email us at podcast@burndownthesandcastle.info. Don't interrupt. podcast@burndownthesandcastle.info. Now you can talk.
Also, okay. Are you very surprised to see the alligator play the piano?
I'm not. I'm not.
Tell us about Vector's sweet piano jams.
Don't do that.
Please don't. I need to end this fucking
Just
podcast
tell me about
right
your
now.
Sonic Forces OC at podcast@burndownthesandcastle.info.
And then tell us who your Sonic Forces OC would fuck. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Thanks for coming.
Have a good one.
Catch y'all next time. Bye.
Maradab.
Bye.
Maradab.
Bye.
Maradab.
Bye.
Maradab.
Bye.
Maradab.
Bye.
Maradab.
Bye.
Mario Dab. Mario Dab.
Bye.
Mario Dab. 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 Mario Dab.
Bye.
Mario Dab.